And if anybody's louder than anybody else, let me know, because we are on Discord and I can individually change that.
We have the technology.
Change that.
So you've already put the tweet out?
Yes.
Yeah, I just retweeted it. Yeah.
Okay, I muted the stream. The stream might echo for like 45 seconds, but I just muted it. I realized it wasn't unmuted.
Yeah, it echoed.
Yeah.
Liked and retweeted?
Right.
I feel like I sound good. I feel like you sound good.
Hey, Reburied It Cold is live.
What?
I'm gonna turn y'all up a bit.
What'd you say?
And if y'all are in any discords with like some self-promo tabs,
I could absolutely hear us on the screen.
Yeah, can we? Oh, I can hear us echoing through someone's audio. Yeah, retweeted that as well.
Am I echoing?
I don't think so.
You probably hear it through mine.
It's gone away now.
I have my phone very close to my microphone.
Okay, I was gonna say, if y'all don't hear the echo in the Discord, then it shouldn't be. If it's just on stream, then that's somebody playing it.
Well, just so everybody knows, I've now turned the volume on my phone all the way down, so...
Hello, stream. Welcome to us preparing our audio.
Yeah. Hello, stream.
Is everybody ready?
Have we got people in the stream already?
Maybe. It might be us.
Well, we should always act like there always are.
That's true.
Yeah.
Just have we had our VODs go up yet for the last few times?
The what? Sorry?
The VODs for the last couple of...
I haven't put anything on YouTube, if that's what you're asking.
Okay. Yeah, that was what I was asking.
And this weekend, I'm moving into a new place. Well, probably won't have time to do that this time either.
That's cool. That's fine. I just wanted to check where we were.
I feel like I'm so far behind, but yeah, I will do that eventually. It's just I'll actually after tonight, I will actually have my own room, so there'll be I can actually do some things. And,
you gonna decorate? Put some lights.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I probably will. Like I said, I was like, hey, I'll actually have like a whole area to work with. And a very old, creepy house. It actually it's not really creepy. It almost feels like a frat house. Like the kind of house where it's like, hey, we can get fucked up in here and tear this place up and nobody's really going to care.
Nice.
A student house.
Yes. It really feels like a student house, yeah.
And that was my issue. Like, I lived in a student house for a couple of years, and when I moved out from it, I was like, I do not want another student house. And the person I moved in was like, no, I understand. Like, I'm a grown adult. Like, I am still a student, but I'm like I'm a grad student. I'm not like a student. And I lived with her for like 4 months and was like, this ain't it. You cannot. No, I work full time. This is not cool.
It's like, come on, man.
Like everyone else in this house is able to behave. Like of the three of us, two of us were acting like grown adults. Then she was acting like she was still 19, and we were like, "This ain't it."
Oh, real quick, does my audio sound good? Because I know sometimes it's not great.
Yeah, it's not fuzzing at the top the way it has been before.
But you know what's crazy? I haven't done really anything.
Sometimes it's just.
I honestly think what it is I have so much stuff on my desk. I think my wires, my cords, if they're just a little off, that's all it takes. That's why I've come to that conclusion.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think they're a little sensitive, and since I have to constantly plug and unplug and move things around, so thankfully, I'll do my best not to touch shit, so it still stays sounding good.
Is everyone ready to be on stream on camera?
Sure.
All right.
Yes, I will once again do the intro, just so we...
Oh, yeah.
Changing over to cameras on. All right.
And
hit up that intro.
Yeah, let's do it. So, welcome to Wretches and Sketches, an actual play D&D streaming game where we are drawing as we go. We ended last session with a calamitous, catastrophic carriage trying to run over some baby ducks, which everyone was far more upset than I was. So, I'm Ran. I'm on Twitter at RanPlaysGames. I play Ankyline Mackay, a human paladin of something, and a bit of a gunslinger. His pronouns are he, him. John, do you want to go next?
Yes, I'm Wantoon, Wantoon W. Woods. I am a Badger Folk druid. pronouns he, him. And was there another? No, that was it. That's all I needed to say.
Do you want to say your Twitter or anything like that?
Oh, my Twitter's at John Wanamaker, but I'm usually not on Twitter, so I need
Don't
to.
worry.
Do your Instagram. Your Instagram's where all your stuff is.
Yeah, Instagram's _Wanamaker_, which looks better than it's really hard to type like on Reddit and things because it just italicizes it all the time. It's really annoying, but yeah, that's where I mostly am.
Just put it in the chat. Just slap it in the chat.
Slap it a bass. That's my leprechaun impression.
I thought you were doing a bad. What is it?
Well, that's what everybody always asks him in the movie. They're like, "Is that a leprechaun?"
They're like, I was like, wait. He's like, no, it's my Jamaican accent. It's like, is it? Is it?
Is it my turn to intro?
Yes, it's your turn.
Oh. Hi, I'm Wowzers. Spelled with 2 V's because the W is taken. I play Nye. One name, like Prince. And I'm, I guess everybody's kind of figured out that I don't like to be in the spotlight for everything. I remain in the background. And I'm what was it? A tiefling appearing, pronouns they, them.
No, you are a tiefling.
Yeah, I'm a tiefling. I wear like a long dark blue cloak, but you can clearly see horns under the hood.
Sorry.
Pronouns they, them, right?
Pronouns they, them.
And do you want to boost your Twitter or Instagram or anything?
I don't post on Instagram much, but yeah, Instagram and Twitter are both Wowzers spelled exactly like they are on one of the below or above 2 V's. Hit up that Twitter. Oh, I'm about to be on a Vampire the Masquerade podcast that I'll be talking about soon.
Oh, exciting. And our GM just ran away.
Sorry.
Oh God.
This is
As
great.
you can see, we're highly professional and very organized.
It's just a little set problem. It's fine. All the big people have sets.
My cat decided right then to start looking at me, screaming, going, "Aren't you going to let me outside?" And then I open the door, and he looks at it going, "What am I supposed to do with this?" I'm like, "This is what you asked for."
Good cat.
Take it away.
Yeah, there's 2 other entrances he could have gone to and other adults in this house, other human beings, but no, he chose to come to me. But anyway, he's a needy little boy. Anyway, hi everybody, my name's Josh. I do my best to run this game, but you see, I do the best with what I got, and it ain't much, but it's something. Technically, I've got like a podcast, but I haven't updated in so long that I'm almost embarrassed to say it. But it's called Teenagers Troublemakers. It's me and my kids playing D&D, and I also fuck was that? Did anybody else hear that?
Ghost.
Sort of.
Like my walls just started shaking. Anyway,
I don't feel anything, so if it's an earthquake, that's you.
Yeah, I was like, okay, we'll see.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't got anything over here either.
We're both in California.
You sure?
I would know.
But anyway, yes, I'm the one who runs this game. I do the best I can. And other than that, I've got nothing else to say. Are we ready to get into it?
I'm
Oh,
ready.
yeah.
I'm ready, Freddy.
Let's do it.
All right, for the first time since we started this, I'm actually going to attempt to, as we come upon the scene, let's paint the scene. Let's draw the scene. And basically, what we find ourselves is a carriage. Let's see. There was a mama duck and some baby ducks going across the road. Oh, wait. I have a first thing first. Something we didn't do since the first time I did this. Because we need to get in the habit of doing this. Everybody roll for your temporary hit points.
What are we rolling for that? Is it just a hit dice?
Whatever your normal dice for whatever your hit die is, you just roll that and make sure that's in your where it's in the D&D Beyond or on your sheet, whatever. Make sure you write that with temporary hit points.
What is my?
Yeah, and that is something that we need to do that every morning. And for those of you who have addictions, that's supposed to affect it, but we're not going to worry about that right now.
So I still have 8 temporary hit points from last game. I take those off, right?
That's supposed to reset every time you wake up. We just haven't. I've been doing a poor job of keeping up with that. That's all.
What's my hit die again?
Your
just a-
okay. You'll see.
For a D8. For a druid.
I don't know what my hit die is.
All right, I could.
I believe
can look it
rogue is
up.
also a D8.
Yeah, I think it's something like that.
Well, if you click on short rest, it should tell you what it is. The paladin is a 1d10. Paladin is a 1d10. For our
I'm a D8.
rogue, it is a D8. That is correct. And for Wantoon, it's probably also a
Yes!
D8.
I rolled an
D8,
8.
yeah.
All right,
Yep.
let's here we go.
So just
I
add that
also
to
rolled an 8.
Oh my
Fantastic.
god!
You guys had good night's sleep the night before. Yeah,
I didn't
eventually,
sleep last
yeah.
night.
You had good night staring contest. I don't know.
Yeah.
With the darkness. He's like, well, I stared deep into the abyss. But anyway, that was in my
Occupied
notes.
myself.
There we go.
Do we need
But
to
yeah.
draw tarot cards as well?
What's that?
Tarot cards?
Do you want a tarot card?
Do you guys want to do that? But I'm fine with that. In fact, if you want to go and do the tarot card thing, go ahead and do that while I start drawing the scene.
Yay!
Alrighty.
I'll
Yeah,
just
so
do one
that
tarot
way
card for the group.
There's talking and there's visualizing.
Oh.
But
One for the group or one for each of us?
Oh. Do one for the group. You can pull it this time.
Alright.
all right,
You've got
then
your
I'm
little
gonna-
booklet?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna do a very quick sketch of what is kind of happening. Yeah.
I like this.
Alrighty. We have the
Why?
The Fool!
The fool.
That makes sense. We are at the beginning of our journey.
Mm-hmm. I'm just surprised I managed to pull a major arcana.
Major Arcana means we have no say in what's happening to us. So, good luck, everyone. But, if you guys want a more user-friendly breakdown of the Fool, it says, the Fool is the adventurer. The hero in this journey. In archetype terms, he is the new soul ready to incarnate on Earth. He doesn't have much to bring with him. In fact, we don't know for sure what he carries in his bag. Possibly the bag contains his innate abilities and the knowledge of his soul's purpose in life. He steps into the unknown with his faithful canine companion, which I think might be in Kyeline, but we'll figure that out.
Oh, canine companion.
What does... Because, I don't know, I think you're a werewolf. You don't sleep. Like, that's meta talk, because we don't know that you don't
Who
sleep.
told you I was a werewolf?
But I think you're a werewolf. It says, what does this loyal dog represent? We don't really know that either. But one idea is that it is the fool's intuition connected to the web of the physical universe. If the fool is smart, he'll pay close attention to it. The meaning is a new beginning, the need for courage and faith, and taking a step that some would consider foolish. Listen to your instincts, y'all.
Oh, instincts, okay.
There's the tarot card for that. That's just such a good pull. It's so relevant.
I love how every time you pull a card, I don't have to actually change. I was like, yep, that's about right. Yep. I
That all works.
I
That's
don't
all
have
good.
to I don't have to reinterpret anything. But anyway, all these little circles are the crowd of people. This guy over here, boop, boop, with the arrow, he's the one that was serving food. This is the table with the food. This right here, boop, boop, is the ramp that calls this carriage to boop, boop. And that's one of the horses. There's actually two horses, but I don't feel here. I tried to another terrible horse. This is the overturned carriage. These right here, over here, are feathers, which that's all. So as the dust settles and the onlookers are like, oh, and you guys take your little tokens and put them where you think you would be in all this. And once again, I know it's not the best battle map, but hey, we're doing with what we can. You guys can move where you think you would have been when all this happened, and you could be a little off the screen. That's fine. It's just to kind of give you an idea of where everything is.
I'm over here still trying to talk this guy into, I don't know, something.
It's a franchise.
drive-thru?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're trying to talk him into the drive-thruing. And
Selling him on
obviously-
some
and
coffee.
remember, far behind him, not close, is the wooded area. You guys, on the other side of the road, there is like rolling hills, which you can kind of tell past that. There's the much farther is the ocean, and the weather is relatively nice, but the scene is not so nice. We have, once the dust settles, you see that the carriage has completely overturned on its side. Let's see here. I have notes. Also, real quick, sorry, reminder, make sure you put this stuff on your stuff. Nye has blessed hands. A-Line has a clean cup. And Woods has advantage on survival and finding a path and always know where north is for the next 6 to 8 hours. Don't forget those things, because I will forget while doing everything else. Also, I need somebody, before we truly get into this, to please, somebody, can I get a 1d8 roll?
Sure.
Yeah, just
Do
give me a
it.
1d8.
Okay.
Also, A-Line, I just put you and I and Ardar kind of in the crowd, not necessarily near Nye.
5 on the D8.
A 5 on the d8. Thank you so much. All right. That is what I needed to know.
That's power word kill, right?
Yeah, it is. It is. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm sorry. Like, you might as well turn off your camera. You're dead.
That's fine. I understand. I have other things I can do today. It's a lovely day outside.
It is. Well,
A balmy 27.
so as the dust settles, you see streaks of dirt and feathers are like floating in the air. There's like practically no sign of these ducks. It's just smears of grist. You can literally hear one of the horses screaming. One of the horses like neighing like wildly. People are like, most people are just aghast as what's happening. They're just like, what do you guys immediately do in this aftermath? Does anybody do anything, or do you want me to keep continuing on?
And Kyleline says, incredibly dry, "Oh God, all those people," and continues to eat his rabbit on a stick.
Fantastic. Anybody else?
I don't know what to do. But I don't want
Did I get
people
a good
looking at
enough
me.
look at the ducks so I can add them to my list of animals?
Once again, we'll say you've seen ducks before, but yes,
Okay.
you've absolutely.
Yeah, I'm not going to turn into a duck now because obviously ducks aren't very. It's a bad time for ducks in this scene. But
It's a bad time for every animal in this scene.
you turn into a duck just to make everybody else feel better.
I turn into a duck and I'm just like quack 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 quack, freaking out.
But yeah, you absolutely saw the ducks. Nye, what are you doing in this situation? Are you just still kind of like, huh?
Yeah, just like,
Uh-oh, I don't hear Nye.
Oh no, I've lost her too. Mystery.
Nye, Bill.
Speak to us. Speak to
is
us.
that better?
Better.
Thank you.
I put on my headset and Discord hates when you do that.
Yes, yeah, it does.
I'm kind of just like standing there like, because this badger folk just causes things to happen everywhere he goes. So I'm kind of like, I don't know if I want that. I don't want people looking at me, so I'm definitely going to stay over here and keep talking to this guy. Like, I don't really know those two that well.
Did
All right.
we see one tune do that? Like,
That's
to be carried?
that's what I was going to say next. I will say, just without you guys having to roll anything, it is obvious that at least most of the people, if not nearly all of them, were paying attention to what was happening. So unless you want to do a perception check, I mean, once again, you can tell me whether or not because you guys are kind of like, you guys can tell me if you were paying attention to him or not. I'll give you that. But if you want to roll a perception check to see if you notice, go right ahead.
Yeah.
And if anything, this perception check might tell you if other people might have noticed. Because remember, all he had to do was a movement, and he said it was a little Macarena dance. So some people might not even recognize it for what it was.
No, that was a 7.
A 7?
No, I'm good.
I'm making the executive choice that Kylan was too busy enjoying some fried food in the style of his homeland to bother.
So you just, neither one of you are kind of like, huh.
Cowing down. He wasn't paying attention.
Can I roll a perception to remember what it is that I did? Because I literally now forgot. I remember doing the Macarena dance, but I forgot what it was that I had done. It's been like 2 weeks.
Do you want to do that in character or for yourself?
Just assess the situation.
Yeah. Can I just assess the situation?
Sure. Go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a perception check. Sure. Just a straight perception check. Just a regular perception check.
I got a 21.
A 21. Actually, what I will say is that. Okay, you're like, you're like, him. Let's see if I can embody my TGIF from in the 90s. did I do that?
Oh my god.
Like you have one of those moments. You're like, oh, did my little wiggle dance cause a rupture in the rupture in the road that you created is very visible. Like it's partially collapsed because of the carriage, but it's like a relatively smooth road because this is a very well worn road. And now there's like this divot that's like, once again, I mean, it's sort of like how would you and once again in your mind, you're like, I probably did that. But with that 21, what you also notice is in the crowd, near the crowd, not like quite in the crowd, but near the crowd, but kind of in the back, like almost like near some bushes. You see a familiar face. You actually see, remember that the guy that wore the purple cloak and with the large teeth in his head?
Not the student, right?
The nerdy.
Yeah, you do. You see the little nerdy student guy.
Yeah.
He might have been relieving himself in the bushes back there, and he seems to be looking at you quite curiously. Like, because he was behind, he was like behind you, and you have a feeling he might have. Again, he's a practitioner of magic, so he might have caught on. But he's not even in this scene right now because he's like off a little bit. But you do notice that you kind of look around nervously, like, "Oh, did anybody see that?" And you notice that he's kind of looking at you a little quizzically, like, But before anything else can happen, before any of you, rest of you can react, you see the carriage is turned to the side, and this carriage, even from underside, you can tell this was a nice, like a very pricey carriage. And the side door pops open, and out from inside of that carriage, basically comes out this like relatively hulking cat man, like he's a tabaxi. But he comes out and he like grabs hold of it and he lifts himself up and he partially stands on top of, what is kind of now the top of the carriage. And he's so muscular. His shoulder muscles are so big that his head's kind of stooped and his muscles are like coming. And he's carrying, you can see you can tell he's armed. He's carrying two weapons. One of them is like a relatively like heavy looking hand axe. And the other one is like Makai, you would absolutely, I said your name right?
Yes, you did.
Okay, Makai, you recognize this as almost like a single handheld blunderbuss is almost what it looks like. And he comes out and he's wearing like relatively medium-ish armor. And he's got like a little trickle of blood on the top of his head. And he looks at he scans the crowd very quickly. And he just announces, and he's, oh goodness, let's see if I can. He basically comes out and he's like, everybody stop back. Everybody stop back. And whoever the ambushes are, show themselves. Do not be cowards at this point.
He says that, calling out like, "You all right, mate?"
He goes, he looks at you and he's like, are you the one who caused this? He sees that you're heavily armed. He's like, but he sees you're also eating. He's like, and then he kind of pauses himself and he looks down the carriage for half a second. He pops up, 100 gold. Who can tell me who did this?
Crowd for magic users.
What's that?
I'm going to have a look around the crowd to see if I can see any magic users who might have done this.
Okay, roll another perception then. Yeah.
I'm gonna.
All of you have a moment to react to what he just announced.
Is there like a tree line around us anywhere? Like
the
like
tree line, the woods. I would say we'll say it would take you roughly 2 full turns, or 1.5 if you were dashing your ass off to make it to the tree line behind you guys.
I'll walk up to the guy, hold my hand out, and say, "You want information on where he went?"
Okay, so you're gonna kind of cross the road and go over to him?
Yeah, for the 100 gold. With my hands up,
15.
so he knows, like...
Yeah, you're doing it carefully, yeah. So we'll do... Okay, while you're doing that, and Makai, you said you rolled a 15?
Yep.
I will say, just because of your... That's high enough to, one, you absolutely know that you have a magic user within your group. You do spot the guy with the purple cloak, because one, he's not really hiding. You kind of you just slightly turn your head. You see he's like coming out of the bushes, and you can tell he's kind of readjusting his pants. But you can see that he's kind of eyeballing Woods. You can see he's paying attention to Watoon. But other than that, everyone else looks pretty mundane. Like nobody looks obviously magic. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody else looks very mundane human beings. folk.
Oh my god! All right, I'm rolling a random dice because I need to decide whether I'm doing something this stupid.
Yeah, go ahead, do that. Real quick, Wantoon, are you doing anything in this situation at all? Or are we
Yes,
gonna?
I am.
I am going to be doing that classic looking in like agreement with this man who's sort of being like, who did that? I'm sort of like, yeah, who did that? Rude. But also not like going to be, I'm trying to take advantage of my small badger-like status and not really standing out very much.
No, that's fine.
Not
real quick,
one.
you
So
got
I'm gonna do some wild shit.
Yes.
Okay, but do we want to finish what Nye's doing first? Do we want to do that?
Yeah, of course. Go ahead.
Okay, just making sure. I just want to see what order you guys want to do this.
Yeah, maybe
okay,
while you're assessing, I'm like doing this.
Okay, so while Nye, so you come up. What exactly do you say to him? Remember, he's up on top of the carriage, and his shadow is like overtaking like half the road right now.
Okay, so I'm like looking up at him on the carriage, and I'm like, "You said 100 gold for info, right?"
He's like, yes. He's like, if this wasn't an ambush, clearly it was an attack. That road. He's like, we've been on this road 1,000,000 times.
And I'm like shaking my head, like, yeah, that's probably it. And then I'm gonna hold my hand out and be like, okay, I saw.
He goes, do you take me for a fool? It's
What
not
do you
my
mean?
money. It's my employer's money.
You're
He's not
losing
gonna-
time to catch this person.
Okay, roll. Do you need to roll deception?
Yes, 100%. I have no idea what I'm talking about.
Roll deception.
Excellent point for me to interrupt then.
11.
At 11, what are you gonna do, Makai?
So Caroline strides over to the little dude in the cloak, who is adjusting his pants, right? Just came out of the bushes.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm gonna snatch.
he's in the final stages of it. Yeah, he's like,
Yeah, and Caroline grabs him by the collar and is like, "You sick fuck! You get off on throwing carriages over on the road, do you?"
roll a deception check.
No, I didn't see Wantoon do it.
Oh wait. So you actually?
I know this other.
So your character believes that he did it.
Yeah. Well, why would Wantoon
oh.
do it? There's
Okay,
absolutely no reason. I want an intimidation check.
Okay, roll intimidation. That's fine. Yeah, roll. Sorry. I misunderstood. Yeah, roll intimidation. Sure, go ahead. But just roll a straight intimidation.
He's doing this to the guy that we're traveling with?
No, to the guy in the purple cloak.
19.
A 19.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good thing he just voided his bladder.
I will say yes. What I will say is your intimidation and because you're being boisterous and loud, correct?
Yeah.
Your intimidation.
Well, I mean, in the way Caroline usually is, so it's like growled, but draws too much attention anyway, Batman style.
Yeah. It's like, where are the drugs? Yeah. So
Can I make a performance?
Where is she?
Can I make a performance check to try and distract this guy from hearing what Enkylaine's doing? Because I don't want this guy to have free information. So I'm just like, hurry, you're really running out of time. Like, really loud in his face, like, keeping him like, hey, look at me, don't look over there where you're going to get free information.
Okay. I'm going to do kind of a thing in Call of Cthulhu, because your other role wasn't super great.
No.
You don't want to do it? You changed your mind?
No, I'll do it.
But what it is because I like this aspect. It's called pushing your role. So, or pushing your. I'm going to say pushing your luck. We're going to call it pushing your luck. Okay, if this role is also not very good or worse, you're going to put yourself in hotter water than might have not had. You get what I'm saying? It's going to it might turn the table.
It makes things worse. Yeah.
Yeah, it could. Do you want to push your luck?
He's standing on the side of the cart.
So I
can't see in it. That's fine. I'll push it. Yeah. I'm gonna try and get 100 gold. I'll push it. So I'm rolling what?
Whatever you want to. You said you want to try to do performance to get his attention on you and off of.
Yep.
Okay. Then roll. Yeah.
I want to keep him from noticing in the first place. I don't want him to notice this at all.
Yeah.
That was a 12.
So 12. 12. We'll get to you in a second. We'll get to you just a second. All this stuff is happening at the same time. Real quick, Wantoon, are you doing anything during all this chaos? Are you still kind of Are you just still trying to blend into the crowd?
Well, I'm still because Ardar's still with me, right?
If you want him to be, he's still with you.
Yeah. I don't think he would have noticed, or he wouldn't have picked up on the fact that I'm the reason why this happened?
Probably not. No, he's not that. Yeah.
I just sort of, I sort of look over at Ardar and I'm just like, just kind of like keep a low profile. We'll see how this works out.
Okay, so you're still kind of okay. You're still, and we'll have you roll for something if it comes up to it. But I'm keeping in mind what you're doing. Okay, Makai, what's happened with you specifically between what Nye is doing and between your intimidation at him? Basically, and I'm just gonna flat out tell you how your intimidation worked. Before you grabbed him and before you intimidated him, you could tell he was about to call out and probably call out Wantoon. But as soon as you did that, it said he has like a shiver, and he's like, I'm trying to remember the voice I created for him. He's like, no. It wasn't me. It wasn't me. It was him. It was him. I saw.
Oh, of course you'd say that. Of course you. No, it wasn't me. How many times have you done this? And I'm going to drag him out into the road.
He's like, it's the same guy you put the dolphin on the boat.
How dare you say that about my sweet friend Wantoon? He wouldn't hurt a fly. Let alone a carriage full of people. There's a horse. Wantoon, can you help that horse?
Yeah, there is definitely a horse screaming its head off. Like, just this awful cacophony. I can't pronounce words.
Cacophony?
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. Okay, so now what we're going to do with you is, okay, what else do you want to try? What else are you saying to him? Because he's still looking at you. If anything, you have his attention, but he looks almost annoyed with you to the point where, like, you have about a split second before he's going to take his attention completely off of you. So what are you going to say?
He looks annoyed.
He looks kind of annoyed. Like. Put it like this. He might be starting to wise up that you might be distracting him. You're like on the cusp of that. You're like right on the cusp of that. Once again, you've two-timed people before. You can tell you're losing this mark.
Yeah. I'm like thinking, and Kylan probably knows what he's talking about. Like, okay, it probably is that guy, so my plan's not going to work anyway, so I've abandoned this plan now because somebody's actually being blamed. So I will be like, oh, looks like that guy did. You might want to go check that out, and then try and see if there's anything in the cart to take.
Yeah. When you say that, he still looks at you quizzically, and he goes, "Step away from the vehicle. Step away. Get on the other side of the road where you were. I still have charges to protect. Hey, you! Who's that? Bring that one to me."
You're bringing him over.
Doing that. So.
Yeah, he's talking to Makai. He wants the guy in the purple robe to come
because he
also sees he looks like a magic user.
I'll walk back across
he looks like a magic user. Sorry,
go ahead.
He said he feels like one.
He looks like a magic user. I look like a fighter. I'm hoping there'll be some sort of like, yes, us manly fighter men with guns.
And he looks at the rest of the crowd.
We can trust each other.
He's like, "Can anyone take care of this beast?" I believe he looks on the side of the cart. The driver might be dead. Somebody check on that too.
Is the horse actually hurt?
Are you going over there?
I'm worried that I might need to like slink away and like turn into some kind of small animal to get away once something.
I mean, you tell me what you're doing. You tell me what you're doing. Remember, all this is all this chaos is happening at the same time.
Right. So I tell Ardar to come with me, and we go over I guess we get behind A-Line and this purple student, and but I'm like walking towards the horse to check on the horse.
All right,
but as I walk
just roll me a medicine check real fast. Either you can do either perception check, medicine check, or
nature.
Yeah, or nature, whichever one you want to do. I mean, you can do one of those three. Yeah, one of those three, whichever one's your forte.
I could do medicine perception. I get advantage. So that's only on smell.
Has nothing to do with smell.
Yeah,
he smells like he has a fever.
Before I do that, I as I walk behind A-Line, I want to kind of whisper to him or like kind of make some that kind of like, high school students trying to get away with something, and I'm just like chill a little bit on it, like, and hopefully in a subtle enough way that he understands that, oh shit, it probably was me, and that.
Okay, well, in that case, you said you're trying to do it subtly, so do a. I'm trying to think of the best way to do that. Just how are you trying to tell him that? How are you just because you could just whisper?
It's like really as I'm walking behind him, I'm just like X-nay on the purple student A, or like
He's just like oh ombele egwele egse. He just tries to copy what you said. He doesn't.
And then I just,
All right, so
sorry, I don't speak Badger. Go deal with the horses.
Okay, so I'm going to
roll your thing. Like I said, you can choose any of those. Yeah, because you're right now. You're just kind of doing a curious glance as you walk up to him.
Yeah,
but
I don't. Yeah, I wouldn't be. I couldn't use survival, I assume. But
not really for this. No.
Yeah, I'll just do another regular perception, and that is a 13.
That is more than enough to notice that one of the horses just looks like it's maybe a little roughed up and scared. One of them definitely has a broken leg. Like, absolutely has a broken leg. That's the one that's screaming. The one that's screaming is the one with the broken leg. The other one looks relatively okay. I mean, scuffs, scrapes, abrasions, but other than that, it just looks scared and nervous.
I assume that I can cast Healing Word on a horse. I'm just wondering if I should waste that or not.
That is 100% on you.
Wow,
I guess
this
it's not
is the druid.
I mean, nature is cruel and fickle, so.
Yeah, but he likes ducks more than horses,
Clearly.
I'm a badger. Horses are big and scary to me, to some extent. But I will, I turn to everybody, and also specifically sort of to the guy with the gun, and I'll be like, everybody stand back, I got this, and I cast Healing Word on the horse to sort of,
like specifically to try to like kind of set the leg and heal the leg.
Yeah, and also so that I seem like I'm coming over being a good guy. Obviously, it wouldn't have been me that caused this. So
yeah. Oh, and I should have done this. Let me do this real quick. I realized that whoever drew the cat with the gun, that's fantastic, because that's actually pretty close to what he looks like. I should have. So this tabaxi, this very hulking, large, like the tabaxi itself is really only about 6 feet tall, but he's just like this giant, broad-chested creature. He has dark green eyes, short, mostly solid yellow-orange fur, just like the one you drew, with kind of a paler underside, and he does stoop a little bit, and I will say. And he is missing like part of his left ear, like almost like he's been in a couple ruffle tumble things. But anyway, that's what you guys get for right now. All right, so you're over there. You're healing the horse, and go ahead and roll. Yeah, what do you have to? What do you roll to see how many points you heal the horse?
Let's see here.
Healing Word is a D4, I believe.
Yeah, it's not super high, but then you get to add a number to it also.
Plus magic bonus.
Yeah.
It says 1d4 plus 3, but I think if I just hit cast, it'll just do it.
Yeah, and it'll tell you the number.
No, it didn't. But I'll just draw 1d4 then.
Oh, when you cast, it just takes everything. But you should be able to click here. I'm looking at your thing.
I didn't clear my spell slots, so so now I'm just down one spell slot, so that's fine. Yeah. But 1d4. Yeah,
you should be able to click the 1d4 plus 3, and it should tell you.
Yeah, I got a 1, so that means he is healed 4.
Okay, for right now, we'll just say that the horse's leg kind of goes, like kind of pops back in place. So the horse is still injured, but it slowly starts to kind of get up on like you help.
Nobody
you definitely help.
Nobody has to shoot it now. Nobody has to put it.
Nobody's going to turn the horse into glue. Yeah, the horse is safe.
There's a horse with a broken leg and 2 people with guns near it. So as long as that's good.
But anyway, so we fixed Watude. So Nye and A-Line, what are you guys doing right this? So Nye, did you go back across the road, or are you?
I'm back talking to the man that runs the food court, asking him, or the food thing, asking him if he wants to add coffee to his menu.
You're right back to business.
Yeah, the guy in the car was a bust. He told me to go away, and he's bigger than me, and he's got a gun. I'm not gonna fuck with that.
All right, so yeah, we'll deal with that in a second. A-line. So
Yeah.
what? So you brought the you brought the purple man, the purple guy over to him. How do you deal with that? Tell me, because right now and you can tell just like with you're always watching, and he's doing the same thing. Like you can tell this is probably his profession.
Yeah. I nod to him like merc to merc.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He doesn't really nod at you. He's still just but he's paid attention to you, but he's trying to make sure you're not distracting him from anything else.
Think I found your perp. You said 100 gold, right?
He's like, if that's the one, yes.
This little weevil was hiding in the bushes.
He's like, aye, is that true? Were you hiding in the bushes? And when he says that, in fact, I'm going to let's see here. Let me get my dice roller out.
I've seen him before. He was traveling on a ship I was guarding for a while.
He goes at this he goes I was in the bushes, but I'm doing my business. He was like, I mean, you want to smell my hands? I haven't even got to clean them yet. He's like, and then you see the cat man from up there just doing kind of a deep.
He smelled them?
Right, remember, he's a cat. Cats have pretty good sense of smell. He takes kind of a big whiff, and he's just kind of like, this rings some true, but this doesn't prove your innocence. But now he is looking at one too, and he's like, and it looks like we do have another magic user amongst us.
It's my friend One-Toon. He's no great mage, though. I don't think he'd be able to do something as canny as this, especially not to hurt another animal. He's a druid.
Roll persuasion, please.
Did Enkyline see the dolphin thing?
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but I wasn't trying to hurt the dolphin.
Important question here. This man is a cat. Does he count as an animal? Do I have disadvantage on this?
He's a humanoid.
Oh, so it's like
6!
A 6?
The dice have decided he counts as an animal.
Actually, oh yeah, that's fine. When you say all that, he goes, he kind of squints his eyes even more. And he's like, I'm trying to think of what he exactly would say. He's like, he kind of looks around, he looks at the dirt, he looks at this, and he's just kind of, you see him kind of cock his head back in towards the cart, and he comes back up, and he's like, oh, goodness, you guys are handling this so much differently than I anticipated.
Dead One-Toon the entire time. He was halfway through a meal.
I feel very fucked at this point.
Actually, you know what he'll actually do is he'll look at you and be like, I know what it's like to have your allegiances with someone, but you also work for coin. And he actually holds up 2 bolas, and he's like, you tie one up, I tie up the other, and you'll get your 100 gold.
We're in Purple Student?
He's talking to Makai right now. He's like, I tie up one, you tie up the other. I take them both in.
Look, while I appreciate the concept, One-Toon works for me right now.
Well, guess what?
I can't make the trip to Krasmir one person down.
Well, I'm not the one you need to get. And at this, you actually hear a very shrill, annoyed voice coming from that going, Jesus! What is? Oh my God! Help me! Help me up! And you see a very tiny, relatively. He's clearly a halfling with like a slight bulge in his stomach coming up. He's very fancy dressed, and he also has like his. You can see he clearly cracked his head onto his like a nut. He's just like, oh my God! Like, what is wrong? Like, come on! How much do you need? One of these 2 are clearly the ones that did this. How much do you need to secure this road? This road is like, say, look! I only have 1 bodyguard. That's how safe this road is. You don't like, good God, just stay on the road and head straight. You'll be fine. But good God, like somebody clearly did this. It's one of you 2, and he looks at both of them. And he's like, and I'm more inclined to go with the little guy and think that he's okay. And the little, just so you know, your intimidation is basically what's keeping the little guy quiet because you're still holding him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like, so he's still kind of like, just so you know, I've rolled him for him several times. He's still very intimidated. So
Yeah, I am very scary.
So you got a lot.
And he's very close to me, so I smell weird, and there's just something weird about it in Caroline.
Yeah. And so he's like, but tell you what, how much do you need to make this happen? He's like, my car is wrecked. I'm gonna be late to get home. Do you know what my wife is going to do? I'm going home.
Just change the subject. Oh, what do you do for a living? What's
I was trying to shop for a boat. He's like, I'm going home. Who cares? Who cares what you're doing? Like, first of all, why is there what is it? He's like, are somebody trying to ambush me? What is going on here? He's looking at all the normal people. He's like, you're the most heavily on group.
Because we're mercenaries. We're working.
Well, then.
The three of us are gods.
I'm hiring you. Here's some money. Give me them too.
I'll give you this one, because he's the one I think did it. The other one is a member of the company. I'm not going to give him up.
He's trying to take Juan Toon, so I'll step over now as well.
I want to. What are you? Yeah, both you and I. Tell me what you guys are doing during this confrontation between this little man up on a carriage, fussing it. What do you guys?
And not just that, but he healed your horse. They were the ones to tip it over. Why would he?
Kind of a guilty conscience.
Kind of a nice guy.
That's a fair point on his. I'm not saying this out loud, but in my head I'm going, oh yeah, that makes sense. That does. Yeah. I was going to say, I love that you basically gave him Iago's voice. Who's that?
Yeah, it wasn't intentional. I was like, you know what? No, he's going to have a Guilford Godfrey voice. That's what we're going to do with this. That wasn't originally going to be the plan.
I know that this is like a city or whatnot. Like, I know there's a lot of people around, but does it seem like if, say, like we just started fighting these people right now, does it seem like people around would be like, oh shit, go get the cops, and like this would turn into like
you have a feeling you're it's kind of like how in real life you could commit a crime, and unless a cop's actually on that street, you guys are kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. Like there's no towns, there's no cities. The last thing you passed was like a hamlet with maybe 3 buildings, maybe. Like, you know, like you guys are on like a highway in the woods kind of thing. Like there's nothing nearby, a gas station at the most. Go ahead, Nye.
Were they headed the direction we're headed?
They're going in the opposite direction.
Okay.
Yeah, they were heading south. You guys are heading north. So you guys tell me what this guy is getting flustered. He's unless you, I guess what I'm saying is like, what are you guys doing? Anything else to try to convince him otherwise, or to sell him on what you're trying to do?
I'll just
I just want to give everybody a fair chance.
Does Juan Toon want to like give me a signal that you're guilty but don't tell this guy, or am I just walking over not knowing what happened?
I'm trying to think if I want to. I mean, I either could charm the cat guy. We also haven't really done a lot of combat. I kind of just want to.
I'm just gonna walk over and be like, how about you give us half the money, we'll give you one guy, we keep our guy, we go our separate ways.
I feel bad for the student now. Like, I feel bad for that kid. He didn't do anything. He was just a kid.
As they do that, of like a sort of, you can take the one and not have a fight, or you can try and take them both, sort of a deal. Like while they make that argument.
Do these people want to fight or no? I'm just saying, I don't like to fight.
In fact, Nye, roll an insight check.
Yeah, I'll say this guy's tough. Y'all don't want to like fuck with him. Insight.
Come on. It's a cat and Gilbert Godfrey.
18. This cat's muscles are incredibly tense, and this man is becoming increasingly agitated. And just from that insight, this cat, you have a feeling this cat is a tough customer, for lack of a better word.
I would like to hold in action as soon as he looks like he's going to move at the gun. I'm taking his gun off his belt.
Oh, it's not on his belt. It's in his hand. He's had it.
I'll take it out of his hands.
He has his axe and his like. Well, it was like think of like a slightly larger version of what Arnold Schwarzenegger had in like Terminator 2. It's like a hand cannon sort of. It's like a hand shotgun sort of thing.
As soon as he moves, yeah, I want to use my. Oh wait, never mind. My blessed hands wouldn't do that. They're just lockpick. I'm still gonna try and slide a hand.
Your blessed hands would work for that. Your hands are blessed for any action that you do the first time.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So what do you do? So you're just waiting to. Oh goodness! You're just waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, I'm near.
All right.
I'm near the gun.
All right. And one, two, A line.
When Nice says that, I'm gonna try and back them up with an intimidation of sort of just take the one and call it a victory, basically. Like, if that's cool.
Yeah. I mean, you. So are you? Go ahead and roll like a straight intimidation, please. And
14.
A 14.
And I'll put a hand on my pistol.
All right. What I'm gonna say is, when you do that, though, you're actually gonna feel a tug. That's like, oh, you would like this to go your way, wouldn't you? Roll intimidation one more time, and if it's lower, you're gonna take that.
Ew. Yeah.
21.
So you're gonna go with the 14. You're gonna go with the 14, but still.
Oh no! But come on, wouldn't this make a lot of sense, right? He goes, just take the one and call it a victory. Puts a hand on his gun, tilts his head as if he's listening to something they can't hear. Shakes his head and goes, "No, shut the fuck up." Like, would that not be scarier?
Okay. So you did that. You said that out loud.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that up. What will happen is, goodness.
This is going full.
You know what? We're gonna leave it like that. You're not gonna know what the results are right now, but no, that's good. I'm glad you told me that. That actually changes. I didn't realize you said that out loud. That does change things.
Oh, I can't speak to the thing unless I speak.
Yeah. Oh, I know. But you could always just. But okay. So you cock your head. You do that. Wantoon, what are you doing in this moment?
So it's a big muscly cat.
Yes.
Can I just go ahead and cast Charm Person?
Give it a shot. Are you doing the finger gun thing again?
Do I even need a roll for it?
Actually, he needs to roll against that. So you are casting Charm Person?
Yeah, I'm going to cast Charm Person on...
All right, so you need to see when you cast spells like that. You need to tell me what am I? I mean, I'm looking at it, but you need to get in the habit of saying you need to save against a Wisdom saving throw 13.
Yeah, it says Wisdom 13. I'm assuming that's what the saving throw is.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. If you tell me that, I know what to roll for.
Yeah,
all right.
So it says it's one action, 30 feet, Wisdom 13. They're charmed, and I do it. If I have to do an action, I'm going to just do the thing, the
That's so
cat.
rude.
To a kitty cat.
All right. Here's what's gonna happen.
I feel so bad. I'm gonna get this killed.
Okay, real quick. How did you cast? Because remember, for you to cast that spell, it requires you can't just do it. It's like literal. It's for you. It's verbal and somatic. So you have to say something, which can just be the words you're trying to use to charm them, but you also have to make like a motion.
I think what he did was perfect. The like. Pss, pss, pss.
Oh, yeah, so that is okay. I misunderstood. So I thought you were. So yeah. You basically go. Okay, when you do that, the cat kind of looks at you, grits his head, and he's gonna fire at you.
Fuck!
I'm taking the gun as soon as it moves.
How are you trying to take his gun? Because you couldn't really. He's still up above you. So tell me how you're.
Oh, he's still on the cart. I thought he walked.
Yeah, he's over. He's been above everybody surveying the scene this entire. He never came down yet.
He jumped down to talk to me and Weebleman.
Can I say I take his foot out from under him instead?
Okay, so you got do me two things. Mm-hmm. Roll stealth, mainly to see if you could have gotten close, and maybe hopefully he didn't catch you getting so close. So roll me some stealth.
8.
And then roll me roll an attack because you're trying to. Are you using a weapon or are you using your like just trying to
just pull in with my hand.
Okay, so roll me I guess roll me or roll either roll an attack. Just roll attack, see if you can catch his foot.
All right, so my unarmed is a +2. 8.
An 8. Yeah. You kind of like
know, y'all.
You kind of go like that. He just kicks his foot up. He's like, I think we found he's like, I think we found the ambusher's boss. And he's like I said, he's firing at you. This isn't the best. Okay, just so you know, my rolls that are going to be in D&D Beyond aren't quite right because my numbers are like all over the place. But I'm gonna click this because it makes my life a little bit easier. Lucky
Should we
you.
roll?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everybody roll initiative. Sorry, you're right. After he casts Charm Person, everybody roll initiative. My bad.
I paid so much money for these dice, and they're so fucking garbage.
A 3.
All right, hold on. I got. You know what? It would actually be easier for me if I just wrote what you guys are saying to me down. But
12.
I don't have a pen.
18.
I hope you guys are all remembering this stuff because I am going to have to make a little sheet. Okay, here we go. Okay, so.
Oh, wait. My blessed hands. What does that do for me trying to swipe his leg?
You roll with advantage.
Okay, so I get to roll one more attack?
Yeah, roll one.
Okay.
Yeah, roll.
Oh.
Which actually, you know what though? You did. But just so you know, this counts as a reaction for you. But go ahead.
That's fine. Well, I held an action, so I'll take it as a reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, it counts as your reaction. Yeah.
Cool. Yes, love it. Okay, and then my attack was +2. Much better. Natural 19, 21.
21. Okay, now I need you to roll either an athletics check or a strength because you grabbed his leg. You have his leg, but now you need to do a strength or an athletics check to see if you can yank on it and like make him fall down. Athletics. It's going to be an opposed check. Yeah.
All right, athletics for sure for me. All right. 15.
15. Let's see how he does. I'm so sorry. He rolled a natural 20.
Oh no!
Plus his very high strength modifier.
Yeah, like a +2.
So yeah, you basically grab his leg. It looks like, you know, like when a child grabs an adult's leg. That's almost what it looks like. Like he just kind of looks down at you. But anyway, you're right. We need to roll. We're doing the thing. I don't have my piece of paper, so I have to do this way. Okay, so A-line, what was yours again? 18?
18.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and what did you get, Nye?
12.
12, and what did you get, Wantoon?
3.
3. Okay, and Mr. Let's see, and I'm really, I just need a one roll, because he's about the only one. Okay. You know what's funny? He rolled a natural 18, so yeah, he's going to go first anyway. Huh? But thank you for reminding me of that to actually do.
We have systems for this.
We have systems. It's literally like 90% of the game. It's rolling for initiative. But either way, he goes first no matter what. And actually, you know what? Sorry. I'm gonna roll for somebody else.
No,
for Gilbert.
You Gilbert? Yeah, I am rolling for except he rolled the lowest. So.
Nice. Good.
Lower than 3?
He rolled a 1. So
nice.
Yeah. And he doesn't have very high dexterity. But anyway, now we're back into combat. He still fires first. He fires at you, Wantoon. But I'm gonna go with the roll I did initially. He missed bad. So essentially, in fact, just for the way this game is going, we're going to say he almost like a warning shot. He shoots near your feet, kicking up dirt, and he's going to actually fire again because he can freaking do that. So
what? I thought he had a blunderbuss.
Is that a legendary?
An automatic blunderbuss?
I thought he had a flintlock
it's more like it's a double barreled, if that makes sense.
I thought he had a flintlock.
Yeah, because it's like, once again, it's kind of like those things where it's like once again, it's like I said, he can shoot it and then and shoot it again.
I want that. I'm taking that off his dead body. All right.
Sorry about that. Oh goodness, I lost my thing. There it is. All right, he's gonna fire again. Wantoon, I know your AC, and he absolutely hits you this time. Except I actually need you to roll a. Let me find his sheet. Roll me a. Let's see here. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 16.
A 16. Okay, that's a success. He shoots you in a way, and you can tell he's not shooting to kill. He was shooting to try to like daze you. Like it's almost like he. You can tell he's not aiming to kill, but he was absolutely. But he did hit you, so you're still going to take some damage off of that.
You can't really shoot someone with a gun, not trying to kill. Like
I know that's bad gun. You shoot center mass. You always shoot like that's you.
Well,
shoot
guess what? This
bad
is
gun
D&D.
discipline.
This is D&D. There's different types of ammo, and also you can also say at any point, I choose to shoot non-lethally. So.
Yeah.
Wait, he shot me like with a rubber bullet in the chest, basically.
He was actually aiming. He's aiming sort of like. I don't know how to describe this right now. You're throwing me off with this shit.
Sorry.
But
Don't worry, Josh. I will never aim non-lethal. It's not something you have to worry about.
But yes, he's essentially shooting with what it feels like a freaking beanbag. Yes. But either way, you need to take. That's pretty good. Jesus Christ. What's your hit points right now?
21.
He just knocked off. That's with your temporary ones too.
Yeah.
He just knocked you down by 16. He takes 16 of your luck points away from you. If anything, you're winded. If anything, you're winded.
Level 2.
Huh?
So I'm not down to 15. I mean, I'm not down to 5 health then, right?
Well, what you
You're
had
down to
minus
5.
16. What you had minus 16.
So I'm at 5 health.
Okay, so but for all intents and purposes, he dazed. He's like, you're like, holy, like, yeah, he's. But that would, and with kind of a free action, he kind of nudges his boss back into the carriage, so his boss falls back into the carriage, and he's still up there, and he's still ready, and it's A-Line's turn.
Damn it! You figured out what I was going to do. So he's taking all of his actions. I could shoot him, or how big is the opening into the carriage? Is this a solid bottomed cart?
Yeah, this is you can tell this carriage was built for two things: safety and luxury. So yeah,
even underneath it's reinforced.
Yeah, you can tell it. I mean, it's not like obviously it's probably the least enforced part, but it is relatively. It's probably at the very most very thick wood.
Okay. So it's wood though.
From as far as you can tell, yeah.
All right. I will turn to Nye and I'll say, "We want the boss. That'll stop him." And then I'm going to shoot the bottom of the cart to create a hole.
All right. Roll for attack, which obviously won't be very high.
Yeah. Hopefully the cart can't dodge me. That's a 9.
I don't know how to get to like my exact character notes, but Nye is like almost 6 foot tall.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to be a pretty big hole.
Oh, gun plus wood tends to create a fairly big hole.
Cool.
I did not realize you were that tall.
Yeah, pretty tall.
Wait. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Okay, so what exactly? You're shooting a hole into the
bottom of the carriage. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's
like getting right up close so it like cracks.
Okay, but it's still just a bullet though, right? Like you don't have like special...
Yeah, but it's a revolver into regular untreated wood on the bottom of a carriage that probably isn't like armor plated.
Okay. So you rolled a 9. Go ahead and roll me some damage. Because I do, and just so you guys know, like, I'm a big fan of, like, when you're shooting inanimate objects, especially things like vehicles and structures and stuff, not only do you have to beat a certain AC, but you actually have to beat a certain amount of damage to actually, like, if you don't do a certain amount of damage, it's superficial.
11 plus 2 is 13.
13? You definitely hit it. You definitely put a hole in it, but it just splinters some of the outer wood. But you can't really tell. You don't see you can't see through it necessarily. It doesn't mean you didn't. Yeah, go ahead.
Can I use my bonus action to like kick at where I've weakened it?
Sure. I'm sure. Why not? Let's do. Yeah. There's only 3 of you. I'll let you guys get away with a little bit of stuff. So you go ahead and roll an attack. Roll a your whatever your unarmed attack. Yes. Thank you.
God, I can't roll for shit today. 7.
Just a 7.
7 to hit.
Huh? I mean, okay. If you want, I'll even let you roll some damage. Let's see what happens.
Cool. So it'll be 1 plus my strength mod.
Yeah, but
right?
I know that's the way the game's supposed to do. But I guess because I know your strength.
That's 0.
Yeah, I know. That's why I was like, you can at least.
I was hoping because I'd like weakened it. Like, would just be...
Yeah. Roll me a 1d4. Just roll me a 1d4, please.
1.
Oh.
The dice fucking hate me today.
Actually, I'm going to say you kind of stubbed... You don't have to take damage, but you definitely stubbed your toe a little bit. Even you're like, come on.
Fuck's sake.
And you actually hear... It's like, yeah, that's about right, isn't it?
Oh my god.
Talking a lot of shit for someone with a gun pointed at you.
Oh no, you heard that voice inside your head.
Oh.
I know. I'm not very good with staying with the voice that I want to do. I can't quite do as steadily as I would like to.
Oh, okay. In that case, Josh, I'd like to do something foolish. And to the little voice inside my head, because I think Ankylaine's quite frustrated at this point, he goes, "Oh, what? Would you prefer to help?"
He's like, "Oh, baby, I thought you'd never ask."
Oh, creepy. Great. Cool.
Do you accept?
I look forward to finding out what that's going to do next round.
Do you accept it right now?
Yeah, fuck it. Yeah. And Kylan's real frustrated.
It's like, would you like to do something right now?
Yes.
Roll me an attack with advantage. This is essentially a
kind of attack?
You're essentially getting a action surge right now, but it's very specific and it's not directed by you. Roll attack. Roll whatever your strongest attack is. Roll it twice.
All right.
What the hell?
All right, we got a 21 and we got a 27 because that's a nat 20.
Roll me damage. And freaking, you know what? I like to do it like this. Go ahead and roll your damage like it's normal, right?
Okay, I think D&D Beyond does something when you crit because it's like lit up a button and now it's all
really?
doubled.
Yeah. I would love to see what it does. Yeah, I didn't know it did that. Yeah, see what happens. Fantastic.
So many dices. 19.
19. Would you accept this offer? You're like in there. You're like, you take your gun, and your gun almost like viney, mulchy stuff like kind of grows over your hand and grows over the gun, and it like basically you put your gun against it, and it just blows the bottom out of it. Just
Yes, sounds good.
It just completely blows the bottom out of it, and now you see 2 very well dressed halflings. You see the guy who was initially talking to you and a much younger woman, and they're with him, and they're unharmed, but they look terrified.
And with that done, and Kylan turns to Nye, and his eyes are like black all over, and he just goes, "Your turn."
Yeah, and your hand is like slowly creeping back to normal, and it feels awful.
Yeah, I hate this. Yeah. I hate it when this happens.
Whose turn is next? It would be you, Nye, wouldn't it?
Nye just looks at the people in the wagon and is like, y'all might want to do what the fuck he says.
Are you gonna do anything else?
I'm gonna get in. I'm gonna start helping them out. I'm just gonna be like, y'all need to just come out here right now.
Oh, you're gonna legitimately.
I'm gonna help the people out of the cart. Be like, okay, we gotta talk about, because this is about to get bad.
Aline, are you moving out of the way?
He would like to, but he doesn't.
Okay,
and just warning Josh, we're 5 minutes from our next break.
Oh, thank you very much. All right, we'll try to. We'll see what happens in just a second. Excuse me. Now, real quick, are you doing anything else on your turn, or are you just helping?
I'm very freaked out, and I'm having a complete lack of thought process after what I just saw.
Okay,
so,
then
yeah.
roll persuasion. Just roll persuasion to see if you can kind of coax them out, and that you mean you don't.
Like, if they can't see my face, is probably like turning pale.
Like you're just as scared of them. Yeah. And in fact, if you want, roll with advantage.
Cool.
Because why not? Let's make things happen.
21.
You hear the guy go, can we go out the other way, away from this thing?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's all go away from this.
He's like, he looks at and he looks at the other one, the woman, and he's like, Gilla, let's go out this way. Let's go. So they start to go out the other way, but they are listening to you.
Why are you letting out our hostages? This is how we're going to stop the cat guy from shooting Wantoon.
Wantoon, it is now your turn.
Okay, so the carriage has the button broken out of it, right?
Yeah. And you're kind of like you're kind of, as far as I'm concerned, you're kind of near the front where the horses were, so you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
But the bottom's busted out, but the cart is still on its side?
Yes, absolutely, yeah.
Okay. So the cat is basically standing on the side of a turned over thing. I'm trying to imagine what would happen if I sort of smack the horses and just tried to have them start running, if that would.
The carriage is not on its wheels. I mean, you can give it a shot, but
would it move the cart enough to I feel like you were standing on a cart or a wooden box.
Is your goal to try to make the cat fall backwards or something?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What do you want to do to try to get the horses to move? Are you doing anything other than just
without
smacking
getting
them?
Kicked in the head?
Yeah, I mean, that's a potential thing. Do you tell me what you're doing to try to move them, and then we'll figure out how that works.
I'm trying to think. I'm looking through. I guess I can't really just.
Can I have bonus action told that guy to call his dude off to make his cat guy stop?
Yeah, you could do that, absolutely. It's like a bonus or free action, yeah. So
I should have just told him to end this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you can do, while you're kind of doing that, Wantoon, you figure out what you're doing. Because maybe Wantoon's doing this at the same time, who knows?
Actually, my thought was either do some of the horses. I was either just going to burrow underground, just because I could do that and get away. But I might just throw my hand axe right at the cat's head.
If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
He went after your head. Go after his head.
Yeah. I'm gonna.
So
I'm gonna spin around. I spin around, pull out my axe, and as I stop back where I was, full 360, just chuck it right. Just
roll for it. Roll for throwing axe.
Okay, let's see here. So, so 1d. Wait, that's the damage. So
yeah, you got to roll. You got to roll for attack. Yeah, on you need to click on. Let me look at your stuff.
This is a d20, right?
No, you where it says hit +2. That's what you click.
+2. Okay. That's a 7.
You throw your axe, and with his remember, because he has an axe in his other end, he just knocks it away. He just it goes flipping into the over into the grass.
I still have movement though, don't I?
You have movement, and you have a bonus action.
I think my only bonus action would be to do Shillelagh, but I'm not close enough to hit him, I don't think.
I mean, you could still cast Shillelagh and have it ready.
Yeah.
And then next round you can move up and hit him.
Yeah.
I'll cast Shillelagh.
All right. Shillelagh.
And then I want to burrow 6 feet. Or no, because I want to be able to just pop. No, yeah, 6 feet, sort of down at an angle, sort of. under where like the horses in the cart is. I'm almost kind of underneath him, but now he would have to like jump off and shoot down a weird hole to get me.
Yeah, but once again, in D&D terms, you're basically moving one space.
Right, but I'm underground though, right? So like I would be.
You're not deep. You're not deep underground. You're literally.
I got 10 feet burrowing.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. You're still in a hole, but I'm just giving you a heads up. Like it's not in your brain. Okay, put it like this: your character, takes up about 5 feet, so you're only about as deep as you are tall, if that makes sense. Like once again, in D&D terms, you're essentially like your reach is 5 feet. So does that like
still feel comfortable with that?
Yeah, no, I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying but you could also go
he could hit you if he got to the top of the hole.
Yeah, if he chose to do that. But once again, no, I don't get what you're saying though. And like we'll say you do the whole 10 feet, so you have 2 spaces. We'll figure that out as it goes. Point is, you dig a hole and you're just going down and you're going at an angle. I get that. No, that's we'll just keep that in mind. We'll work on it. All right. So after that, so is that the end of your turn?
Yes, I don't think I have anything else. Yeah.
So you cash a Lele, you do like a really quick dig, and you're like down into the ground. Now it is actually the little what'd you call him earlier, A-Line?
Gilbert.
It's Gilbert's turn. But if you guys want, do you guys want to go ahead and take our break now? We'll come back to this.
No, this feels like a nice
I
fun.
think maybe.
Or let Gilbert go first.
Like finish the round, maybe? Do we want to finish the round?
I know it's not a great time, but you said 5 minutes. I was like, are we being super on point?
I think we can. Let's finish the round.
Let's finish the round. I know we didn't even get finished with a single round. I know I'm not good with this timing stuff. All right, so let me bring up his little doodad. He is basically just going to be like, he sees all this crazy stuff happening. He's just gonna back up. Like once everybody's kind of ignoring him, he's actually and he sees like that hole get blasted to the cart. He's lost all his nerve, and he starts crossing back over the road with his hands up. He's just like he clearly wants like nothing to do with this. Yeah. So once again, A-Line, you have caused intimidation without having to roll for intimidation.
I'm very good.
You're very good at that.
I'm not very good at a lot of other things, but I'm very good at. I have like 3 skills. One of them is brewing coffee. One of them is scaring the shit out of people, and the last one is shooting.
And we'll just say the people who go absolutely last is the 2 fancy dressed halflings. And once they basically back out of the hole, they back away from the hole that you made, and they're kind of like up against the because this is a fancy carriage, so it almost has sort of a sunroof sort of deal. So they kind of slide that, and they're small, so they can easily kind of go through that. And you hear him go, Mears, I believe we may have been a little bit hasty. Please come down here, dear boy, and stay near me. Do not leave my side. Do not leave my side. The rest of you, let's call a bit of a truce and white flag and all that. Are we okay with this? Yes.
And Caroline is going to say, I advise that you surrender. And I would really like to roll intimidation. I feel I can definitely argue for having advantage here.
Sure, you absolutely can.
Come on. Oof.
I'll take the 23.
The 23. Who is this directed towards? Towards Mears himself?
No, the boss.
Oh, he was...
He was mid-surrender, and you're like, surrender.
No, like, this is generally at everyone who is standing against me.
Yeah. He's just like, dear God, Miz, just put your weapons away. Dear God, oh my goodness. Put your weapons away. Come down here. Just, yes, of course. Like, he's kind of calling, because he can see you two, Nye. He's like, your friend, speak some sense into your friend. Jesus, like, like, cheese and crackers. Jesus, I mean, come on.
I don't know how to talk to him.
This is the most confusing ambush I've ever come across.
This wasn't an ambush.
He kind of looks at everything and gestures everything. I'm sorry. How is this not an ambush?
Your dude shot at us first.
He really did.
He goes, your guy used illegal magic to try to mind control him.
So you didn't
I'd
shoot him.
advise you take the little purple lad, you give us the money you said you'd give us, and you go on your merry way, and I forget I ever saw your face.
Still trying to get money out of him after.
They're gonna pay us.
Oh, they're gonna pay us, so we're gonna rob them. If they're lucky, I won't take their cat's gun as well.
Actually, at that, the cat does get down. The cat does stand next to him. Okay, right now we're pretty much out of combat. Just do we want to get out of combat, or are we still trying to make this
out of combat, please?
Out of combat, sure.
Someone's
I'm
gonna
just gonna make a
die.
quick roll on the dice.
What's that?
Oh yeah, I'll roll.
I'm just gonna roll a d20.
Oh, you're just rolling for the. Okay, yeah. Sorry, I sometimes can't hear what you guys say.
Playing it safe here.
And Kylan is going to holster his gun, but he's keeping his hand on it.
Yeah. And Mears hasn't let go of it. His weapons are down, and as much of a holster as he hasn't. You can tell Mears is not. He might be just as cockney as you. Not cockney's the right word, but he's a tough lad. There's a reason he's a bodyguard for these people. But yeah, we'll wrap this up. this bizarre scene that's going in every other direction than how I anticipated, and I guess we'll go on break.
Hey,
oh man,
cool.
We'll be back in 10 minutes. 5 to 10 minutes, somewhere between 5 and 10 minutes.
5 to 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna eat a crappy little cheeseburger.
Yes,
So that's my goal.
Okay,
right,
I'm going to go refill some water. Bye, guys.
Cameras off and mics are clear. Okay, microphones back on, camera's coming back up. We can continue with this discussion, but let's do it with
We're back.
friends.
Nope.
We're
We're going back to the
back.
Yay, the game. Yay.
Yay!
Back to the game. All right. So, are we going to continue talking about random stuff, or are we going to get straight back into the action?
Jump back in.
Jump back in.
Yeah, we can jump back in.
All right. So, right now, to paint the scene again, Mears has begrudgingly, he basically kind of jumps on the other side of the cave. Now it's almost like the most amount of privacy you can get from the crowd that's on the other side of the street. The two fancy looking halflings are on their side. Mears has jumped over there, and you actually hear, unless anybody's already started to, you actually hear him say, "All right." And I also realized I keep going between one voice and the other, but I'll try to stick with the Iago voice. All right. I've called the truce. White flag, whatever you want to call it. All of you, come over here. I like it. Come on. It's like obviously you're like a traveling group or something. Just come over here. Come over here. Mears, give me that. Yeah, give me the thing. Thank you, Mears. Okay. So he's clearly having like a small conversation with Mears as he asks everybody to come around to the other side of the cart.
Wait, well, if I'm getting up out of the hole, can I tell purple student robe guy to?
He's on the other. He's with the rest of the. He's slunk away by now.
Fucking run. He's run away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I mean, do you want to look for him? Do you want to see if you can see him?
No. I'm just glad that my shenanigans and my best riding buddy didn't get him killed. So that's. Yeah. But of course, Ardar's just been standing with us this whole time.
Ardar he's not near you guys. He kind of he slunk away too.
Followed me when I went to go kill the horse, unless he ran away.
He was near you, but once like action started, he slunk away too. Like that might be the one thing he might be able to kind of do is slink away from danger.
Ardar, I'm disappointed.
He's not even doing a good job of hiding. He kind of just went to like slightly taller grass and just like took his little long robe and just kind of squatted. I'm
just gonna draw some grass by him. He's just a little bit away from us, slightly.
Yeah, he's not very. He didn't have a full. His turn didn't come up yet, so he's.
Wait, but are there 3 halflings?
There's 2 that you know of.
2.
Well, you don't know of because you haven't actually seen them, except for the fancy guy.
Right. But wait, so one of them's Iago, and the other one's just the young.
No, one. Yeah, there's the Iago and the young woman. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
And which is about to become his name, even though that wasn't the name I wrote
down. So when he says for us to come over, and Kyline just walks through the downed carriage and out through the sun door, like just straight line.
For you, that would be a lot. The sun door, the sunroof door is big enough for halflings. For you, if you want to look cool, you might look
not
more
the right move.
You might look more like Jim Carrey trying to come out the rhino's ass.
Yeah. No, all right, I'll go around.
I mean, you could.
No, I'll go around.
You could ask for another favor, and you could slime your way through it.
Oh, fuck off!
You actually hear that? It's like, I can make this
piece of shit. You just caught me on a bad day.
All your days are bad when I'm with you.
I'm very aware.
So does everybody kind of congregate around the other side of this carriage?
Yeah, so we're basically like at the wheels, kind of. Wait, but
let me take a look at the picture. You guys would you'd be on the other side to have like once again
the
mile
roof side. Yeah,
the roof side. Yeah, the roof side. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, cool.
What would they call that in the Navy?
Sorry.
So as you guys come around, you could you can tell the fancy halfling man was speaking to the cat Mears, and he's just like they're kind of have like a slightly secret conversation, and he sees you guys finally start coming around. He's like, all right, all right, let me get this straight. Okay, this wasn't an ambush. What? Like, just tell me what happened. Someone be forthright. Like, what happened?
Sorry.
It's okay.
Well,
it back.
Far as I can tell, your carriage flipped itself due to some sort of magical intervention. Don't know what kind. your bodyguard popped up, accused my friend here of doing it on purpose. When I supplied an alternative, he refused and tried to shoot a good friend of mine, so I took it rather personal.
Can someone other than the large, scary man who only has literally Rorschach over here with the black and white mind, can someone else please help me know what actually happened?
That's exactly what happened.
Okay. Wanted, are you going to say anything?
I feel if I say anything, I'm going to have to roll for deception. So, like, I'm just going to...
you don't have to.
I just want to be like, listen, we're just as confused as you are. I just wanted to help this horse, this lovely beast of a creature.
At this, he just kind of puts his hand to his temple. He's just like, my God. Okay, you know what? I'm convinced this wasn't an ambush. All of you are far too incompetent for that. Yes.
Excuse me?
You're far too incompetent to put together an actual plan to pull off like this.
All
Talking
right.
a lot of shit for someone who could very easily be shot in the head.
Yeah, so welcome to my line of work.
So, I'm gonna be like, I'm not dealing with this, throw my hands up and pretend to walk away. I'm gonna sneak over and start stealing shit from their carriage.
Actually, if you start to do that, he's like, hold up. Okay, real quick. Jesus. None of you are actually from this area, are you? Half the things you guys did, like, once again, you literally, like, that's like common sense, I thought. You can't try to mind control people. A lot of things. I mean, actually, you're just from up north. I can tell from your accent. How do you, you anyway. Okay, here's the thing. You guys have committed multiple heinous, illegal acts in the view of literally dozens of witnesses.
So that.
Excuse me?
So is your friend Muse?
No, he's literally hired to guard me because oh my God, you don't even know who I am. Do you know who the Council of Coin is?
Clearly not.
Jesus. Oh my God. Okay. Well, let's try to do this another way. All of you, even if you were to kill me, even if you were to go on your merry way, you're looking at like lifetime sentences. Seriously.
I didn't do anything.
Did you pop your head out to say that?
Oh, I thought you said he told me to stay.
No,
did I actually get away with robbing, like going to steal? Okay.
Oh, did you want to roll for stealth? Did you want to roll for stealth? Go ahead and roll for stealth if that's what you're doing.
I thought you were like, well, before you go. So I thought that.
Oh no, I thought you were just doing that while he's talking.
No. Yeah. Okay. So
you tell me what you're doing.
Stealth. Oh, that's a natural 18. 23, maybe.
Did you? Because once again, his eyes are kind of locked on the most largest person there. So
well,
if you wanted to,
I stealthed away. I was like, I'm not doing this. When he called us incompetent.
Did you pop your head out to say that? Because that'd be adorable. Also, you keep your mouth shut.
Yep, I'm stealing.
Okay, so we'll deal with what you're doing in just a second.
I'm cool with waiting.
Yeah, we'll do it with you in a second. So he goes, anyway, okay, let's try to do this the old-fashioned way. Hello, everyone. My name is Reward. Oh, goodness. Now I forgot my last name. You've got me all flustered here.
I thought it was Iago.
Well, that's you guys can call him that, but he actually does have a name. Let me find his actual name. He's like, my name's Reward Iago Bob Hob. I'm literally one of the members of... What's that?
I just go, hey, Reward, and just wave.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. You guys are, oh my goodness. Like, literally, you guys it could be in a massive amount of trouble. But believe it or not, I'm actually kind of impressed. Like, you, big scary guy. What the hell was that?
It's called a gun.
No, that was not a gun.
Yes, it was.
He actually points at the inside of he points his head. He's like, you ripped through you should not have been able to do that. That was like,
it's a good gun.
Sure. You say that, wink, wink. All right. And at this point, the female halfling is like, Dad, are you getting somewhere with this? He's like, honey, I'm getting to that. Oh my God, Daddy's conducting business. Miz, what are you doing? And just so you know, as you're going around the other side of the carriage, Mears is actually peering inside, just looking like he's just kind of keeping an eye. And he's like, you can roll stealth again if you want to try to avoid his gaze.
Yeah. Oh man, a 23 is not going to get me far enough. Stealth.
Well, no, you snuck away.
15.
But if you're gonna try to get into the carriage where like the goods are, that's where Mears is actually looking. So you
15.
tell me what you. At 15, as you kind of come around, you see Mears. So you tell me what you do. But Mears is like just kind of staring through it, just going.
I'll like do the classic hide behind the hole, like right beside it, and hope he doesn't peek to either side. He just kind of looks in, and then when I like hear him walk away, like hear his footsteps leave, then I'll start digging through stuff.
Okay, for right now, he's just kind of staring through. I mean, he kind of saw you. And he's like, Miss, Jesus, cheese and crackers, Miss. Back off. Like, come on. Like, anyway. All right, so here's my proposition. One way or another, you guys could potentially be in a heap of trouble. But guess what? I know talent when I see one, even talent that needs to be molded into something. You guys work for coin. What are you doing right now? Who's your employer right now?
We're escorting a carriage north to Krasmir.
Oh, okay,
on behalf of my former employer.
All right. Well, tell you what. Once again, I literally am part of the Council of Coin. I mean, that right there should tell you something.
These two are new to the business. And Kyleline like jerks a thumb at one turn and then jerks a thumb over his shoulder where Nye was, because he hasn't realized that they snuck away.
But that's super high.
Yeah,
all right,
I stealthed away from everyone.
Basically, what I'm proposing is you kind of don't have a choice. You either you do something for me, you work for me, you earn your freedom, or you try to I don't know what you're trying to do here. Once again, you try to take my life. I mean, yeah, I've had lots of people try to do that before, and usually doesn't work out for them because I'm a tougher cookie than I look, and literally, I've got kind of the cavalry on the way. I don't go. Believe it or not, this is the least guarded I've ever been in my life. And what a funny thing, you guys didn't have the red, but the rest we have more on the way. And if you want them to show up and you guys are essentially red-handed and trying to take advantage of me, it won't work out. But if I say, hey, all big misunderstanding, these are my new recruits, da-da-da-da-da, you'll be in the free and clear.
I just want
Beyond one tune casting an ill-thought-out spell, what precisely has been done here that was not in self-defense?
Let's see here. He committed a crime. My guy was going to take him in. And
by the way that you shot him in the shoulder.
Yeah.
He's lucky to be alive.
Nah, he would have lived.
I'm very
at this you actually see Mears reloading his weapon, and he is using in D&D terms, it's a thing called it's not exactly, but it's close to the walloping ammunition, which is essentially it's literally made to either knock someone unconscious or to make them maybe that cripple's the right word, but it's literally and it's meant so you can take. Remember how I told you before, taking people in alive here is extremely valuable. It was like, come on, with a bunch of troublemakers like you. I mean, what were the chances that some of you don't have a bounty on your heads?
One.
I actually don't. I don't know of any bounties on my head. I don't know about Nye.
You don't know of them.
I probably would have. Yeah. Okay.
So yeah, guess what? It's like, I'm sorry, where you come from? If you actually fire on a government official, you don't. If you try to take on one of their bodyguards, you don't think that actually has ramifications?
I left all this fucking politics behind when I quit.
Quit what exactly? Come on, it's an interview.
A previous job, obviously.
Come on, tell me your credentials. You might be able to. The offer might get sweeter.
No.
All right. Ex-cop. I know one when I see one. Who's next?
I wanna, because I'm basically like, like when your mom wants to introduce you to somebody and you're a kid and you kind of hide behind their leg and you kind of like don't want to. That's how I am with A-Line, and I kind of poke out and I'm just
hiding behind his kilt.
I didn't realize that being charming was some kind of heinous crime, like in this sort of backwards understanding of apparently what a mind control spell would be. I was like, I'm just trying to be friendly, and also I'm down. I just gotta do. I got some art stuff to do. Can I fit that in? Is that gonna be okay with your schedule?
Once again, news. This is why not everyone should have access to these kinds of. Yes, if you try to manipulate someone's mind in this place, yes, that is considered above and beyond. And yes, that is sometimes a more hard. Like you could go out, get drunk, have a brawl, like locked up for a night. What you did, like put it like this: my second wife, she tried that kind of stuff on me. I don't know what they did with that woman.
And I poke out again. That's ominous.
I'm making a mental note of that.
I'm just telling you, you get locked up in a dark place, nobody ever sees you again. They take this very seriously here. Oh, and Mears, come here. Stop. Hey, you, sneaky sneak. Yeah, I don't see you, but you know what? Please try your hand at trying to unlock my lockbox. I want to see what you can do. Please try.
I got blessed hands. Let's go.
It's under the seat. You have to lift it up, and that's where it is. Go right ahead.
This is entrapment.
So I get advantage.
No. I want to see if you want to give it a shot. Yeah, roll with it. What are you going to utilize? Sleight of hand or?
Oh yeah, I'm using sleight of hand.
Yeah, you sleight of hand and roll with advantage. He's like, I want to see if you can get into there. This will be fascinating.
22.
A 22. Do me a favor and roll one more time.
Sleight of hand?
Sleight of hand one more time. And that was with advantage, right? The 22?
Yeah. Not better.
But just tell me what it was.
22 is excellent.
15.
A 15. When you're trying to work with this lock, like you got your tools, you're in there, and you're like, you're like, okay, this is like intuitive. You're getting in there, but then you feel something inside of it actually start to change as you're doing it, and it almost like catches your key, it catches your like lockpick, and you have to pull it out before it feels like it's gonna break. And he's like, hey, and by the way, Reward wasn't actually watching you, so he calls out, how did that work out?
Did I get it? Or no?
You did not get it. He goes, how did that work out? The ever-changing lockingism. It's a great invention, isn't it? It literally changes as you're trying to work on it.
I'm not going to say anything so he doesn't...
I didn't create it, but I paid for it, and it's fantastic.
I'm not going to say anything, though, so he doesn't know for sure I'm in here.
Yeah, and just, literally it was a 25. It's supposed to be extremely difficult to open. I'm just giving you a heads up, so you're not like thinking I'm cheating you.
Can I pocket the lockbox? No, they'll notice now.
No, it's like, like sometimes a lockbox is actually like inside the seat of something, like it's like takes up the whole, they're practically
it's like
sitting
part of the carriage.
Yeah, kind of, it's kind of part of the carriage. Like you would have to unlock it, open it, and he's like, he's like, how did that work out? That work out good?
I don't.
It's amazing, isn't it? But tell you what. Like I said, do you guys? Is this a yes or a no? Y'all want to be a representative of me?
What?
What? Say that again.
What does that mean?
I mean, you tell me. I mean, you're the ones that are being all like cagey about what you can do. I don't know how to.
I already told you we're mercenaries.
Yeah, but every mercenary's got their forte.
He says that we're mercenaries, and I stick out my head and go, I'm actually an artist, but it's fine.
Artist is fine enough.
As I said, these two are new.
Well, tell you what. All right, so let's see here. You've ruined my cart. You've completely ruined it.
Your horse ain't lame, though.
Horse isn't lame. That is true. That is true. Let's see here. Well, I'm going to flip this thing over. I'm going to have Miz do it, actually. Miz, can you start flipping this thing over? And once again, with very minimal effort, Miz is able to, like, eventually get it up. And he's like, we'll make do with this. I guess we get to literally watch the road as we travel.
So people pay extra for that?
Yeah, glass boat tours. I've been on one. I didn't like what I saw. Creepy stuff down there. I didn't like it. All right, so I have to admit, all of you caught me off guard. I was in the middle of I was dealing with some contracts when this whole thing happened. I'm sorry, I wasn't in my best frame of mind. But tell you what, how about we do it the old-fashioned way? You all owe me a favor. If I come calling on you, you need to do something for me. Since we're gonna keep this all unofficial, like.
No kids, no pets. I get visa stay if you want someone dead.
I don't need anybody killed. For me, there's no money in getting somebody killed. But I might have a task. You said you're going to Krasmir, right?
Nice.
I just came from that little shit backwater town. Can't stand it. Couldn't get through there fast enough. But there is some business that eventually I will need taken care of, especially once that freaking Moonlight Festival takes place. Yeah, I'll have a representative come up there. They'll give you some work.
Can I look over and ask, like, hey, did you go to the Roughneck Tavern? Is there a cover charge there usually?
The what?
The Roughneck Tavern.
You think I stopped in that hick town? No. I breezed through it as fast as possible. I'm coming from Zamor. I'm coming from freaking Zamor. That place is fat. I love that place. Oh, God.
I want to roll my eyes so big, be like, oh, Zamor. Like, oh, cool.
Hey, you wait till you get there one day, kid. It's fantastic. Had the time of my life.
It sounds like we're wrapping up, so I would like to sneak back out of the carriage now.
Yeah. You want to sneak or you just want to walk out?
I want to sneak out like I was never in it. Because I don't want that dude to know I failed. But I would like to take some stuff if I...
Yeah, I will say through... You know what? Go ahead and roll, because you did roll pretty good. I don't want to completely... Go ahead and roll me an investigation check. Just see what you can see that's not inside the lockbox itself.
That last stealth that you just asked me to roll was a 23.
Fantastic.
So
now roll me... You know what? Because you rolled so high, roll investigation with advantage.
Oh my god!
Because you get like a little. It earns you a few more moments of like searching without being interrupted.
Investigation 19.
19. Just so you know, just because it would take me a while to find in my notes. Remember that number. Okay. I will tell you which. For the time being, I'll say you found a satchel that has weight to it. We'll find out what's in that satchel in a minute.
Yay!
Yeah, so you definitely found something. But we'll figure that out in a little bit. But yeah, and you're able to get out of it. Like once again, there's still a crowd, but the crowd's so some people in the crowd might have, but like for the most part, Mears didn't notice you, and Reward once again, most of his focus is on the Badger and the tall, intimidating man.
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, and his daughter at this point has actually kind of just turned around and is just like picking flowers. She's just like, not because she's like having fun, it's more like she's just bored. So once again, I know a lot of this is a little bit on the loosey-goosey side, nothing set in stone, but I have a feeling that's kind of the way you guys work. Or do you guys even work at all? You guys are very confusing.
I look up at A-Line and I go, listen, I'm trying not to die. I don't care what happens. You know, what do you think?
Oh, Miz. Give the kid one of your healing potions. Like that knot on his head is looks worse than the one that I got. And you can actually tell that his knot has gone down significantly. You imagine he's taken a healing potion in the meantime. Like he looks a lot better. So yeah, you choose whether or not you drink it, but you are given a small vial with a red liquid in it.
Oh well, I mean, somebody has me a small vial that's like, hey, drink. I'm going to drink that. Like that's not a question.
All right, go. You can go ahead and take it, and it is a relatively small vial. It's not like it's and you can roll a roll. basically just roll 2d4 and just add that, because it's not like a full size health potion. Just roll a 2d4 and add that to your health.
And Kylan will like cross his arms and say, we work, but we pick the jobs and we work for money.
All right.
I'm sure you can understand.
Yeah, of course I get that. But here's my thing. Do you also work to not go to prison?
I have to say, it's never been an issue for me.
I'm not saying it is, but I'm just telling you, you're walking around with someone who is literally blatantly, with the whole, what is it? Once again, not cop, ex-cop, whatever you are. Like, what happens if you find one person? What is it? A bad apple ruins the bunch kind of thing. And after what you did, you're not going to tell me you have some dark secrets of your own?
None.
Once again, the work I give you, yeah, you're going to find money. Yeah, don't worry about that. I'm just saying, for your own self-sustaining ability to walk amongst, society. Or do you want to be brandished? And he goes, basically with one word, I can walk around and say, hey, everybody, there's that crowd back there. That isn't what you saw. Or I could go around and be like, yeah, but you will be shunned. You will be shunned by almost everybody here if you get the reputation that you're going around doing that kind of stuff. And you, like you said, this guy is with you. You're not worried about that?
I'm going to roll another dice.
Yeah, go ahead.
I walk back up and I'm like, this is still happening?
How does he know?
We'll take the deal.
All right.
I think it's fairly obvious when he's like, you'll be shunned, you'll be rejected by society, and Kylan looks quite uncomfortable.
Yeah, and he's not. I'll give this to you free. He's not bluffing. Like you have a feeling he's the kind of person that, once again, this is what he does for a living, is like negotiate. He doesn't have to lie. Like, he can literally like use the truth to usually get people to kind of like, oh, like, even if you get what I'm saying, like, so yeah, he's not bluffing. He's like, yeah, he's like, and so okay, so he's like, we have an accord. Is this correct?
Deal.
I just stick my little badger thumb out. It's like, yep.
All right. And
Kylan will hold out a hand to shake.
He goes, oh, okay. You do that where you're from. Yeah, it's usually about bowing, but you know what? I like handshakes. And he brings out his hand.
And Kylan's handshake is incredibly not firm. Like, he feels like somebody with no grip strength.
Yeah. He's kind of like, but what throws him off the most is how he's like, he doesn't say anything, but you're like, he can feel how sweaty my hand is.
I'm wearing gloves.
Oh, I keep forgetting that. But you know what, though? Because let me ask you this. When you fire your weapon, do you do it with your right hand or your left hand? Oh, I lost it. What'd you say?
Right hand.
Even with your glove on, it is very wet and slimy right now.
Oh, yeah, no, I think he gets a bit of pondweed on his hand when he shakes my hand.
Absolutely does, yes.
Like, he just comes away, it's like, why is this even here?
He's just like, yeah, this is going to be interesting. Believe it or not, I'm almost glad this happened. This day was a bust until this happened. You guys are very entertaining. Mears, what are you doing? Like, Mears, at this point, Mears is just kind of like, still, I'm always like, come on, man. I literally hired you in almost the same fashion. Come on. Don't act like that. Like, Mears like looks disapproving. It's like, come on, man. All right,
can I roll a perception on Mears when he says that?
Yeah, sure.
I don't, for some reason.
What are you looking for? Tell me what you're looking for, Ada.
Well, the fact that he said I hired you in about the same kind of fashion, and what we basically just did was just complete, almost like 80s fucking comedy movie hijinks, like nonsense thing. And I'm that seems odd to me that Mears would have been in some sort of similarly goofy moment.
I mean, you consider it goofy, but like, do you want to roll insight? You might want to roll insight. That might be what you're looking for.
Yeah, let me try insight.
This is the guy we've been talking to.
I know. I've been watching that drawing this whole time. Just remember, he is a fancy little man, so don't forget the fanciness.
Also, he does not
Fancy.
sound like somebody that would bow and not handshake. Like, he doesn't. Like, I can't imagine him being like, "Oh yeah, okay, then. Oh yes, oh." Right.
I mean, he just said it's where he's from, but once again, the culture thing.
I got a 12.
A 12? You just see Mears. Mears just kind of rolls his eyes and just kind of shrugs and is like, "You're the boss." I mean, you get kind of like you can't. It's not that once again like you get a feeling it's sort of like. Yeah, okay, kind of thing. I mean, you're not going to get Mir's entire life story from just eyeballing him, but he seems to relax after his boss tells him that.
Oh, wait, and I rolled before. The 2d4 was
Now he's just
4.
Burger King.
do I get 4 hit points back for the potion?
Oh, that's all you got? Yeah. If you roll, well, no, so you rolled a 2d4 and you got, you just got 4. Basically, it's almost like a really powerful Advil, and the swelling in your head starts going down.
Well, I'm at, just for everybody's peace of mind, I'm at 9 now. So nobody tricked me.
But yeah, I mean, once again, unless you guys want to, if you guys want to interact with this anymore, we'll just kind of tie it up where eventually him and his daughter get back in the carriage. They are able to revive their driver, and they're just like, "Oh God, he's in terrible shape." Miz, can you take the reins? Yeah.
I completely forgot about the driver.
The driver's been knocked unconscious this entire time.
Oh, I love it.
Just because I think it would be funny.
Yeah.
I do, like, as Wantoon is like rubbing at his head and be like, "Ow!" I reach across and lay on hands him.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
So I'll lay on hands for 8 points.
Oh, nice. Please describe what that looks like.
And Kylan reaches over and like cups your little furry snoot in his leather hands, and it feels like you've been like dipped backwards, like when they baptize people in rivers. Like it feels like that is happening, but you're not moving at the same time. So it's like suddenly you're under like cold water for a second, and when you come back up, you feel like rejuvenated and refreshed. You're also drenched wet all of a sudden from nowhere.
Oh, then I know. I don't think badgers do this. I don't think this is a kind of. I think actually badgers have pretty thick fur, right? They'd probably be pretty watery. But I do the classic dog shake. Right after, just and I do a double thumbs up. Thank you. Thanks, bud.
No problem. Be careful. More careful.
There. Like I said, unless you guys want to interact with this, we're gonna expedite it. He kind of goes, yeah. Believe me, you'll know who I send for you. Like I said, I got more work to do where I'm coming from, but and he does. He kind of goes back to the crowd, and you can tell some. He goes to the guy who's serving. If you guys are paying attention, you can tell some like words and probably some coin exchanges hands. Like free. Basically, you kind of tell that the crowd is kind of getting free food and free drinks off of him. He's like kind of calming everybody down. He you could tell he's good with crowds. He's like chatting with people. He's like, da. So he gets in this thing, and they, unless anybody wants to be nosy and hear the kind of stuff he's talking about.
No, I want to make a mental
go back
note.
Over and get my frisser that I dropped. I was really looking forward to that.
Actually, when you do that, you see the guy for the purveyor, and he's like, I got you a fresh one. Don't just come get another one. You put on a hell of a show. He's like,
Thanks.
Believe it or not, all these people have now built up more of an appetite. I'm gonna make a killing. Have a fresh one on me.
Thanks, mate.
No problem.
Kind one, brother.
The same with all of you. Any of you want one? Come and have one.
I absolutely go take one.
Yeah, just wait. If you want the squirrel, if you want the sautéed squirrel, if you want the barbecued rabbit, if you want I'm trying to think of some other. If you want the the seasoned vole, I don't know.
The rotisserie shrew.
There we go.
I I gotta ask, and I don't want to say I'm not a vegetarian by any means, but is there a vegetarian option? I feel like, I'm just wondering.
The water, maybe. Well, we established there were potatoes. We established there were fried potatoes.
I got French fries.
You did get French fries.
I will take
there was like a sweet thing that probably doesn't have like.
Oh yeah, I forgot there are pastries. There are limited pastries. That is true. I already forgot what half the menu was because we made up the menu as we went along.
Yeah.
You guys, I guess you guys kind of tell me what you want to do from this point on. Do you guys want to keep hanging out here, eat? You want to find out what's in your pack?
No, I did not agree to anything verbally, nor did I shake that man's hand. I just want to make a note with everyone here.
It is noted. It is noted.
But if I can see what I stole.
I also want to note that, Mauser, did you draw the king from the Zelda?
I've never played a Zelda game.
No, he's talking about the really awful one from the CDI, which nobody, but people make fun of it on the internet all the time.
It's like almost nailed.
Excuse it's almost me, princess.
The CDI Zelda game.
Hey, I love that cartoon.
He's got.
I actually, when it came out on DVD, eventually, because my daughter was like, there used to be. My daughter loves Zelda. She's like, there's a Zelda cartoon. I was like, when I was a kid, it only came out on Fridays. Mario Brothers the rest of me, yeah. Excuse me, princess. They gave her the biggest butt in that cartoon.
We are off track.
It really, it was like, who's animating this?
Men.
So I reckon Kyline rounds up his various wandering people and gets the cart back on the road.
Yeah, easy enough. You guys, like I said, you guys can get back on the road. Real quick, how much more time do we have to play?
An excellent question. I will tell you.
Are we doing 3 hours?
We have about an hour left.
Okay, we still got some time. Okay, we'll just say because you guys. Oh goodness, you guys did such. You guys just. You guys once again. I built so much stuff. I was trying to anticipate every action you guys could take. You guys still did stuff I wasn't ready for.
You shot first.
You did shoot first.
Actually, no. But okay, once again, behind the scenes, because I knew somebody was probably going to try to cast Charmed Person. Yes, somebody was going to do it. That was going to be a trigger, no matter what, because that is very illegal in this place.
Oh.
I don't know these laws.
As one kid is like
common sense.
driving the cart, and Kyline's going to like catch up rather than walk behind for a little bit, and be very give the horses a side eye and like kind of move away a little bit. Be like, 1, 2. From what I understand, druids, you have access to a lot of different spells, right?
We do, yes. Well, I mean, some of us more than others, but yeah, it's a thing.
I'm just thinking, perhaps while we're still in this land, you might want to switch out your charming spell for something else.
I hear what you're saying. It's just. It's the butterfly in me that it's just. I just want to. I want everybody to have a good time, and also have like crippling anxiety. So I need people to like me. But
I know, but mind control probably isn't the best way to make friends.
Yeah,
he's right.
Yeah,
and
my therapist
as much as I want to be behind you 100% of the way, if you get into trouble for trying to mind control a minor member of the bureaucracy again, I'm not sure how much I'll be able to stand up for you.
I'm just not going to.
No, we're very aware. We're very aware.
I
steal anything good out of that man's cart?
Let's find out.
Yeah,
if it had worked, that would have been great.
They would still know, and it would still be illegal.
It would just take a couple of minutes before they realized.
Well, let me tell you. I'm going to give this to all of you since you guys are discussing. And some of you would either know this or come to this conclusion. It's one of those things where, like, if you do something like that, let's say to the criminal element, that or if you do that while in a dungeon, but if you're doing that once again, like once in civilized society, that's when it's really, really an issue, because it's the idea is that most people in this world, vast majority of people in this world, don't have innate magical abilities. They have zero way to defend against stuff like that. But then again, if you're using it to help a situation, that's one thing. But if you get, I can tell you right now, you get caught doing that. I'm just giving this to you guys. You do that, you get caught doing that to like a shopkeeper or to a guard or you're just asking for a massive amount of trouble. But but once again, though, if you're like in a back alley and you see a guy trying to stab another person, you use it, then no one's probably going to bat much of an eye at that.
I noted. I'm gonna just assume that I was, spent a lot of my time living with a bunch of sort of carefree, either animal folk or just artists that this stuff never came up, and it's like, oh yeah, whatever. And then now I'm around all these like straight-laced people that apparently it's not very good. So I'm like, yeah, I heard. I'll take that into account.
Thanks.
And then I go. I don't say did I do that, but I'm like, ugh.
Did I do that?
And Kylan will kind of do like the shoulder bump of friendliness, and then fall back to cover the back again.
The shoulder bump of friendliness.
Yeah. He's not a very touchy-feely man, but he's figured out that Wantoon is quite touchy-feely, so...
I know we're not naming these episodes, but if we could name this episode the shoulder bump of friendless, that'd be...
Eventually they will start to have names, so yes, that is officially the title for this episode.
Roll for friendliness?
Nye, go ahead and roll me a... You know what we're going to do?
Yeah.
We're going to do the thing where you take a D20, and you bet which number it's going to be.
7.
We're going to play a little bit of... Yes, we're shooting for 7. Remember, it doesn't as long as it's close to it, you still get something good.
13.
Not too bad. I will say in this bag, you found it's a pretty decent sized satchel. These are some of the things you found in there, and I might come up with something later that I'm going by a list that doesn't quite match what I wanted in there.
Yeah.
You find a small scroll, like a tiny little scroll case, and so you'd have to open that up to see what's inside of it.
Yeah. I will.
You find 3 little... Actually, do me a favor. Roll a 1d4 for me real fast.
3.
3. Okay, you find 3 little for lack of a better word, little baggies. Little baggies of like some kind of dust inside of them.
Yay! I love little baggies of dust. Okay.
You find 3 little baggies of dust. Little twisty tie.
These are drugs.
You probably found some drugs. You find a really nice playing card set. Like it's like almost like its own little mahogany box. You also find, oh goodness, what else is on here that'd be good?
This is a great satchel.
It's a little neat little satchel. Oh goodness, you know what? Just so you know, I'm gonna have something else in that satchel, but for the purposes of this game, you'll dig a little deeper, like a purse that's a little like too much stuff is, and we'll come up with something later. There's something else I want to be in there, but I can't think of. I don't like this list. We're gonna find something else later. There'll be a surprise later.
The little baggies have like a repeating pattern of like a 8-ball or a bomb on it, like those little mini drug baggies,
What is that? I mean, like this is a D&D world, so they're not exactly clear. They're not exactly plastic, so you'd have to open them up to kind of see what they look like on the inside.
No, I'm just going to pocket them for now.
Yep.
While we're going down the road, maybe when we get somewhere, we'll go over everything somewhere else.
Yeah. And actually, you know what? There will be a this isn't the surprise thing. This is actually something that would make a lot of sense for it being in there. You actually see a ring in there.
Yay.
There's a little kind of a silvery bluish ring that almost looks like a pair. It has like a stylized pair of wings kind of wrapped around it. So yeah, those are the things that you found right now. Like I said, there'll probably be a surprise later.
Also,
And the ring, and just so you know, the ring is loose in there. Like the ring almost looks like it was thrown in there, like as a second thought. Like it's not like in a little like what is it, a clamshell kind of thing? It's just a loose ring in there.
Oh wait, can I roll? If we haven't left yet, can I roll perception to see if the student's still anywhere around?
Well, this would be kind of a retro because like we did kind of establish you guys are going away. But go ahead, go ahead and roll.
Yeah,
No.
It'd be a retroactive thing.
Well, because I realized that Bowser, I think it must have moved him back into existence behind the crowd. So he hasn't left yet.
You can roll a perception check to see if you can get it. If you saw where he went.
It's a 10. Probably not.
Nope. He disappeared. Despite his bright purple cloak, he definitely wanted to make himself scarce.
I was underground.
What's that?
So I was underground for a while. So
you were underground that is true. That is very true. And Erdar, after all the excitement and his because we'll say when you guys find Erdar before you get him back on the cart and going, he's hyperventing quite a little bit. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. You guys are different. I'm still on all y'all's good sides, right?
So far.
Oh. Anybody else? Yes?
I go, Ardar, I love you to death. Listen, this is what we do. You think you're gonna die, you get these mindless crafts, but everybody ends up being friends. It's fine. This is how you gain life experience. This is good for you. Don't worry about it.
No comment.
Okay. I'm gonna write that. He actually does. He pulls out like a little book. He's like, I'm gonna write that down. That sounds like good advice. And as you guys move down the road, unless you guys want to chat and talk about things, who would like to roll for random?
I would like to roll for random, and also I'm now, anytime I say anything to Ardar, I'm just in my head now. I'm just gonna say, write that down.
You should write that down. You should write that down.
I'll roll for random. What is this? D20,
roll a D20. Roll a D20 and just tell me what number comes up.
I get a 19.
A 19. Okay. As you guys are just traveling down the road, and this is less of a thing that you can, unless you guys really want to try to interact with it. You know what? Anybody who would like to roll a perception check? Whoever would.
Hell yeah.
That's a 22.
This is more of a who sees it first scenario.
I got a 2-2.
Oh, I accidentally hit deception instead of perception.
Same thing.
Not really. 13.
13. So we got 1, 2. You said 22?
I see it last.
Yep. Okay. 1, 2. Just whatever. Maybe you're looking up at the sky and going, wish there were some mountains here. And what you see before anybody else is, especially with that very high number, you can make out what looks like 3 winged creatures fly, and they're pretty high up. Like they're actually pretty high up. They're not like scooping close to the ground or anything. And so that's why you don't quite catch them just yet. But they're getting closer. They're kind of coming in your direction, but once again, they're not coming down to you guys. And it's also very obvious that they're winged horses. But they're like hundreds and hundreds of feet up in the air. And you can tell also with that 22, they have riders. And they're actually adorned in like almost like a tapestry. Like they clearly have like some kind of armament on them with like colors. But the colors match. When you guys were at the bridge, they match the people on the west the west side of the bridge. It's like black, red, and with a little bit of gold trim.
Okay, so it's basically the Valkyrie, but these are the cops that Iago was talking about.
Maybe. I mean, they don't seem to mind you guys at all. They look like they're just heading towards a destination.
Oh, okay.
They're just flying. But you see them before anybody else. Obviously, once these things get closer, it becomes more and more obvious. They don't look like a threat. They don't look like it. And if anybody would want to roll a history check, that will determine if you know what the heck they might be.
Yeah, I'll definitely roll history.
Yeah.
That's a 15.
15. Anybody else?
I'll give it a shot, but it's not my speciality.
Natural
Oh,
one.
I mean, actually, you know what? Like, since you're the only person who's kind of from this area, it would actually make sense for you to maybe know what these things are too.
14.
14. And what'd you get, Nye?
Natural one. I don't know shit. I'm just reading a book.
You're probably reading a book. You're probably playing with that. Real quick, do you do anything with that ring you found? Just curious.
Oh, God.
If I don't immediately identify any like stones or anything on it, if it's just silver, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like there's any jewelry in it. It's just the ring, and it's nice looking, but it's not like over the top. It's just kind of like, oh, okay.
Feels like it might belong to his daughter or something. Like, whoops.
Yeah. But I will say, so I heard a 14 and a 15, right, from the other two.
Yeah.
That is more than enough to at least recognize what they are. And for you, Wantoon, it might be more like you've heard stories about them, and maybe you've even seen people paint like a painting or so about them because they are kind of a neat concept. For A-Line, it's more of you've almost certainly at least seen them in the sky before, even though once again you're from the far north. They're referred to as the Ebon Wings. And you also realize a lot of stuff on this side of this planet, like this area, they refer to a lot of things. A lot of things that are military-esque or government. They call them Ebon, blah blah blah. But they're almost like an air force. You know, they're like a special group that literally always fly flying creatures. Sometimes it's griffins, sometimes it's flying horses. And but the fact that these are flying horses, you're almost certain that they're probably all female riders, they're all women riders, or and they're usually referred to as, once again, my notes aren't great. They're not exactly called Valkyries, but it's essentially they're like the equivalent of like the Valkyries in this.
Yeah, it's the Valkyrie. Yeah.
And they do regular patrols. And I will say, so Wantoon, your guess might not be too far off that maybe people in this area with money and power probably have a way to call them to come save the day if they need them to.
I do want to make a point that I, assuming that I haven't seen, I mean, I guess I would have seen them before, even if I do know about them. I take a hard mental note of the Pegasus.
Yeah, they're essentially Pegasus.
I'm going to turn into a Pegasus at some point and fly.
Yeah, it might be. It'll take you a while to get there, but you might be able to do that one day.
I know, but I'm mentally capturing that animal. Yeah. It's an animal that I see.
Yeah, no, you have, and with that 22, you got a good look at them too, especially their underside. And
just for jokes.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously, this doesn't have to be how it is if it isn't. But and Kylan sees them and kind of mutters something under his breath and spits on the ground because these people are such wankers when you have to coordinate with them for prisoner transfer. Like, ooh, I fly a special bird. Ooh, I have a special horse. I'm much better than you people on the ground. Fucking.
And then you secretly cover up your Pegasus tattoo. Like,
no, I do not. Don't you put words in my mouth.
I can't let them know I want one so bad.
They hate us because they ain't us.
They hate us because they ain't. I love that.
For that, I don't know if this
I hate you because you're a prick.
A-Line actually won't maybe be part of the he likes me so much is because he knows that I potentially could turn into a Pegasus and fulfill that role. It's like, well, I want to be friends with a shape-shifting druid. I might be able to get my...
Again, he has very little interest in any kind of animal, and Kyline doesn't like animals. He's not good with animals. Animals don't like him.
All right. So basically, unless you guys want to once again have some role play moments, the night, guys are still traveling on the road. Once again, people going by. It's normal stuff, animals, noises. The night starts coming about. Do you guys decide to make camp? Or are you going to try to look for more stable living conditions? Or sleeping conditions? You guys tell me.
Oh, wait, should we pull up the map and you can maybe tell us where we are on the map?
Yeah, bring up the map.
Yes.
Here, I'll let's see. Where's my? I'll put my layer to sleep, or I thought I could put my layer to sleep. Maybe not.
To do something, change something about it. I got you.
And why can't I? Yeah, there we go. I love how the king is still there. Actually, you know what's funny? Not too far away from where the little fancy man lives. That's about where he lives.
Yay!
But we're on a bridge that's in between the light green and the light pink, right? Wasn't that where we are?
Here, I will. For one, we did. You guys. Once again, this map isn't to scale. I have to say that. What is he saying? Back to the Future multiple ways. Sorry, the map's not to scale. But
that's
you guys. This bridge that's up here. You guys are not quite there yet. You guys are probably closer to like right here.
Okay.
Yeah, you guys are because the whole situation with reward hubba probably happened like closer to there.
You see all this swamp over here? Don't you want to go to the swamp over here?
That's the ocean.
I mean, I do, but I don't.
You're just like, oh yeah, you want to trick them into going to the beach? Yes. 1, 2, it's the beach.
Beach episode.
Oh,
beach episode.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm a badger. I'll burrow underground and set up my little cot. I'm fine. But whatever my fellow travelers want to do.
Yeah. Because right now, unless you guys are actively looking for, and I'm not saying you guys have, the inns aren't very common. I'm not saying that you can't find a place that probably is kind of like a little like a place with like a little common area sort of thing. You might see stuff like that, but you don't see any like nice inns or anything like that. It's very, most people who travel through these roads probably live nearby in their own little cottages and stuff. Yeah. Once again, lots of fun. So you guys tell me, how are y'all relaxing for the night?
I want to turn to look at both of them and go, hey, do you think maybe that there's a place to rest in the swamp?
Is that en route? I
Actually,
shouldn't get too sidetracked.
They're just to the right. I don't know.
Everybody, remember, it's twilight right now. I want everybody to roll a perception. Everybody, roll a perception check, please.
For the record, I'm okay, and I'm saying this to the group, I'm okay with sleeping in the cart again. But if there's a place where we could sleep inside, I will sleep inside.
I got 14. A dirty
14?
Perception? A natural 1!
Yeah, again?
Dice jail! Oh yeah, it's going in the dice jail.
You have a very crowded dice jail.
Not today. I don't remember which one the other one was, but...
1, 2, what'd you get?
A dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Once again, Wantoon probably sees this first. As you guys are kind of talking and kind of looking like, where are we going to go? I will say that Wantoon, you notice, because you kind of glance over at the woods, and you're kind of thinking, because you said to think about the swamp, you're kind of thinking about it. You can tell, even in the twilight, and even once again, the darkness of the forest, you can tell a couple of trees look like they've been pushed or even broken near the top. It's not normal. It almost looks like something, like you can almost see like a tear through, like something like went through the tops of the trees nearby.
Wait, so not like they were purposely cut to like build a tree house, but like
No. Like it looks like something damaged like near the tops of the trees, like in this one, it's very focused, like something just went psh. You can just see that. Right. You can see that. You can see it to the trees that are closest to the road.
So in my
a half hour time up, by the way.
Like a
half hour.
Like a dragon flew down and like cut through. There's like a cut through.
Yeah.
Obviously, not necessarily a dragon, but something.
I know. I mean, what you're describing is not wrong. Like, imagine like a large creature or large something like even a catapult, a boulder, something
Crash landing.
like yeah, something crashed through the tops of these trees and like continued.
If you pull aliens into this fantasy D&D campaign, I'm gonna be so happy.
Yeah, I mean, there is a moon full of civilization.
That would be so much fun. I'm assuming that I'm never really too far away from A-Line. So I look up at him and whatever direction he's away from me, I go, something, I don't know if you see this, but something big went through not too far from where we are. Do I have any sense of how fresh it is?
Roll. That's a good question. You know what? Roll your survival with advantage. Let's put that to use. Because why not? This probably should be nature, but who cares? Have some fun with your survival advantage.
Well, it's tracking, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Yes.
19.
19. It actually doesn't look that fresh. It looks like it's actually been damaged for, at minimum, a couple of days. Like, we'll just say you could tell like the wood has had its time. Like the wood, you get what I'm saying. Like there's a difference when you break a stick and then it's had time to be weathered and like it's absorbed water.
It doesn't look like completely like fresh, recently broken.
No, it looks like it's been at least a little while, like a couple of days at most, or at least, or something.
So then I say that to A-Lad, I'm like, hey, something monster, like, look, that's a wide. Do I have it? Like, what are the dimensions about how wide I could think the trail would be? Would it be like
what?
20 feet?
Give me a blank canvas, and I'll try to draw something for you.
Okay, wait, let me take the.
Yeah, I just made a new layer, so that's the one I'll draw on. All right, so I'm gonna do this Legend of Zelda 2 style, whereas I'm gonna try to do it like side scrolling. So here's the ground. That's the ground.
Right.
Here's the road. Here's some trees. Like basically,
it's like I'm there.
It's like you're there. I know, right?
That's a great tree. Kind of looks like it's got sexy leg posing going on.
It's like, hey there, come over here. I got forbidden knowledge. But basically, it like we'll say like over here the tree line is like higher, like more like over here. But these like right around here, there's like a scoop. It feels like there's a scoop, and like
right.
Yeah, so it's sort of like that. Like it's like here's all the broken tree, and you can see like some woods hanging here, and some woods got scattered here. And you guys, once again, once you point it out, I'm trying to draw you guys. There's the person with the horns. Here's the guy with the gun walking.
Nice.
Here's a little, I don't know, just drawing
a badger.
People. I know. I was like, one of them's the lizard folk, one of them's the badger. But yeah, like I realized doing it sideways probably wasn't the best way of doing it. But yeah, like once again, there's a pretty good amount of grass and wooded area. But yeah, but you can tell. In fact,
dinosaurs in this area.
You know what? If you want to roll whatever you think is suitable. I'll let you choose whatever you think is suitable to know whether or not creatures like that are common around here.
I got a street check.
Yeah, if you feel that's your strong suit, give it a shot.
It's not. I don't have a strong suit when it comes to things to do with knowing stuff.
Yeah, but you've been around. I'm going to be lenient with the roll. I can tell you that it's going to be a lenient roll.
I got a 9 on my history.
A 9 on your history?
Oh, did I tap it twice? I thought I got a 9.
Yeah. Oh, there's 2. Yeah, the first one's a 9, and then the second one's a 3.
Yeah. I'm just letting you know. If there are dinosaurs in the area, you've never heard of them. Not that it would be impossible, but like you've been to places where dinosaurs are actually kind of common. You've never. But once again, how often have you actually traveled through this area?
Often, but enough that I have like some I knew what I was taking on with this job, Like,
yeah, and so dinosaurs are not, like it might be the occasional loose dinosaurs because somebody's pet got loose, like the alligators in the sewers.
What is it? Why am I like dinosaurs? I did not realize that dinosaurs were a thing. That's
They're
great.
absolutely a thing in this world. Yeah, and in fact, from where you're from, Wantoon, they're not common, but they do exist where you're from.
Okay, well, so I should take away my shocked face.
You can.
You might just be like, they're native to this area. I'm like, oh no, not really.
Yeah. So yeah, once again, you guys do with this knowledge with what you will. You guys can keep going by, or you guys can investigate the broken trees.
That looks like.
Do you want to maybe move on a bit further before we set up camp then?
Oh, so like we're basically not setting up camp under the flight pattern of a potential dinosaur? Yeah, that might be a good idea. But I do love me a dinosaur. So I don't know what, we didn't actually sign up for anything with the parrot from Aladdin, anything really more than a vague favor.
Pretty much.
True, but we do still have the other job that we're doing.
Right, but also dinosaurs.
Are you trying to pick your second fight of the day?
Wantoon.
I look over at Nye and I go, and and I was like, "Oh, you're here? I didn't realize that you were even following us. Oh, that's great. No,
dude, come on.
But you're right. You're right.
I'm not the one getting shot at, so maybe not being here is a good thing.
Yeah,
and I should be here and not get shot at. Look at that. I'm the best of both worlds. Let's keep going.
I say we listen to the best.
I just point up, like I reach my hand all the way up, pointing at A-line, and I think I maybe hit your or right above your belly button is about where I would get.
It's probably not that bad. It's probably not.
I'm just like, and I do that.
Well, maybe you get because he's got the a crossways belt over one way and then the kilt side of it over the other way. Maybe you catch on the buckle.
Yeah. I try to be dramatic and be like what he said, but I kind of catch it. I'm like, ugh, and do it anyway. But then I also feel a little tired, and I go, yeah, but I'm not the best decision maker here, so I'm gonna do whatever A-line tells me to do, and Nye's. Do I even know? I do know Nye's name at this point, right? Like I almost feel like
yeah.
Nice.
But I almost feel like she might not have even said that to me yet.
Yeah, I've said it.
You said that to me yet.
Mm-hmm. We introduced ourselves and then you immediately left.
Oh yeah, okay. But it's likely that I would have forgotten that.
Yeah, you've heard.
And I'll kind of nudge Wantoon and be like, "Do you want to write it down in your journal for when we come back this way? Would that cheer you up?"
I look up and I go, "That's a great idea. Thank you."
Put it on the list.
Aye.
Even
do a bit of a tour on the way back.
I'm gonna write it down.
All right, so you guys are choosing to bypass this, find a quote unquote safer place, and just camp outside, or are you trying to look for another?
Yeah, I think so.
If that's what A-line is telling me to do, that's what I'm doing.
So it's what the boss man said. I gotta follow what the boss man said. All right, so how are you guys setting up?
In charge here, and you guys are both like, "Yeah, he's in charge here."
And so, once again, you guys, it's simple enough to set up camp, simple enough to brew your coffee, eat your rations. Unless you guys want to do anything unique or special, you guys can clean up your weapons, clean up anything you need to. Once again, Nye, do you want to do it? Real quick, has Nye shared what they found in their satchel?
Yeah, I assume I opened it in the cart while we were going down the road, so it depends on if Like if Wantoon was driving, was he paying attention? If Ankyline was walking in the back, was he paying attention or was he patrolling? So I'll leave it up to them if they want it in.
You guys told me?
Maybe and Kyline saw, but he kind of still had nodded to you and left you to what you were doing.
Okay. I mean, you guys tell me. I'm open to whatever you guys.
I would imagine I'm in just general, like flustered by I'm now multiple times casting random magic that has just caused a huge kerfuffle. And also dinosaurs. And I don't think I would be doing any sort of pertinent investigations to anything. So
okay. And I guess the next question, Nye, do you do anything with the ring, or are you still just kind of? I'm not like tempting you with it. I'm trying to keep track. Like the little baggies are being kept to their. You're not doing anything with anything. You're not experimenting with the bag.
If they weren't really asking questions when I was going through it, as far as they know, this is stuff I brought with me. I didn't say, hey, I stole this and I'm looking through it. I just took it from, like, my person, like, from within my cloak or something, and started going through it. So for all they know, this is my stuff.
Okay, I'm fine with that, too.
Oh, wait, but if we stopped at a place for camp, can I roll a survival check to make sure that that this is a good spot? Or can I roll a survival check?
Absolutely. And you go ahead and roll with advantage.
I was going to say, can I give the help action? Because obviously we would all check, yeah.
You know what? Wantoon, roll with advantage, and Nye, you can just roll survival, because why not?
Okay. Because, I mean...
Because why not?
Group effort. 16 plus 0, so luckily.
Nice. What'd you get, Wantoon?
18.
18? Between the two of you, you guys find a really nice spot. Like, it's once again, because there are hills, you guys find kind of a nice little hill where it's like it blocks most of the wind coming off from the ocean. To where you can actually set a nice little campfire. You guys are very, very, there's zero issues. You feel very comfortable. You also feel like there's a good way of, keep an eye on what's going on. You can see what's coming up and down the road. In fact, you can tell other people have probably camped in the same spot. Like you can see the telltale signs of like horse hooves and wagon wheels.
Oh, is there like one of those like weird, crappy iron like grills that are built into campsites?
Not quite like that. It's more like you could tell they used to be there and then it was cleaned up. That kind of. I know what you're talking about. Where like no one has ever cleaned it.
Yeah. I'm gonna insistently keep trying to bring in like things that do not fit with the lore, just because.
No, stuff like that absolutely can exist. It's just not here. It's not. So do you guys just do a normal night? Is anybody taking watch?
Take watch. And Kylan, I'll take first watch, and then he doesn't wake anyone up again.
Are you going a whole night without sleep?
Yep.
All right, you know the deal. I believe you need to roll me. Well, one, roll perception just to see how the night watch goes.
Yep.
I can't imagine that I wouldn't have noticed that he's not sleeping ever, right? Or
18.
am I just that?
18? I will say occasionally you see somebody traveling up and around the road. Like, once again, like, they have nobody's sneaky about it. They got their lanterns on, it's the manure salesman is going up and down the road in the middle of the night. Like, nothing untoward, normal animal sounds.
Yeah, and Kylan is like polishing and refitting his gun, like checking everything. He's like going over everything like very detailedly. So if anyone passes by, he kind of like just nods, very obviously holding a dangerous looking weapon.
Yeah, you occasionally get the nervous thing, and you do occasionally like, I will say, you feel like the same arm that all that energy came out of earlier, that almost like a weird transformation, it itches way more than it used to. It's bugging the crap out of you. Like,
fuck up.
Yeah, and
you're not getting anything more.
What's that? Say that again, sorry.
So he goes, shut the fuck up. You're not getting anything else. You've already had enough. And he punches himself in the arm really hard, giving himself like a dead arm for a little bit.
And you just hear, ooh, you're gonna eat those words.
the only thing that you have to eat.
Don't feel too bad. We make a great bad team.
You sound like an 8-year-old trying to sound evil. I hope you know that. I hope you know that.
Doesn't matter.
My nephew is more threatening than you. Wantoon is far more threatening than you.
Oh, if you're not so worried, let me out.
No. And he goes back to ignoring it.
I have a passive perception of 10. Does this talking to himself wake me up?
You know what? Just okay, because Wantoon, you also were like, "Do I never notice?" I'll let you guys.
I don't want to roll for it because I'm asleep. That's why I said passive.
Oh, I know. Okay, so you're not trying to be nosy.
No, like if it wakes me up.
You tell me. I keep messing around. Aline, you tell me. Are you being relatively loud enough to bother people, or are you trying to keep it?
He's trying to be a bit quiet. Maybe the final no is like a little bit loud enough that it like might stir them slightly, but because it's quiet afterwards, I think it would be up to them whether they stay awake.
Yeah, I'll let you guys decide on that.
Yeah, I'm back asleep.
What's that, Wantoon?
I didn't realize my passive perceptions. I probably could have used this earlier on because I've got 15 passive insight, which I did not realize. But I have a passive perception of 13.
I'll say if anything, you probably catch onto it more than Nye does.
I would imagine that maybe in my head, I'm just thinking, man, A-Line, he's got a secret drug habit that he's just keeping for everybody. He just never is sleeping. Like that's like, and in my head, I'm thinking I probably should talk to him about it at some point. It's just I keep like ruining dolphin tricks and like ruining parts, and it's like it hasn't been the right time. But like at some point, I'm gonna be like, I gotta talk to him about his drug problem because that's the only thing that I could imagine that it would be.
It's more like, where are you? It's the drug problem because you're not sharing. That's the problem.
I got a drug problem too. I don't have any drugs.
Well, you might.
And that's my problem.
I don't have a drug.
Yeah. Can I have spent like a little bit of time trying to identify the powders that I
Absolutely.
got?
I've been waiting for you to ask.
I would have gone and made that a bit more discreet from everyone else.
Yeah, I mean, you would have brought out your little thing, your little like. I imagine you. Well, I think I've said this before. It's almost like one of those little cases that when you open it, kind of like accordion out like different layers of like. Yeah,
it's like that fancy tackle box that like opens and like.
Thank you. Yeah, like a tackle box. Yeah, like a tackle box. Yeah. Or like the thing that Johnny Depp had in Sleepy Hollow, where like all the little things come out. But yeah, so you that's kind of your downtime thing before you actually go to sleep. And remember, you should have extra bonuses to rolling stuff for essentially chemistry and alchemy. So roll for basically. I think the way I did it was you roll for. I have it written down somewhere. Let's see. It might be under your feats. Okay, never mind. It's not in your feats the way I wanted it to be. Basically, roll a d20, add your proficiency, so add a +2, and add your intelligence.
Okay, so that's going to be +6 to whatever I roll.
And you get to roll with advantage. And you get to roll with advantage.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is your beginner feat.
I got a natural 1 and a natural 19.
Nice.
So 25.
Nice. That is amazing. You not only are you able to take one of these little bags. First of all, you easily determine these 3 baggies have the exact same thing in them. They have the same thing. And the best thing about you being able to test these and figure out what it is, you use so little of it to test it that like it's still like you didn't waste. You know what I'm saying? Like you weren't wasteful at all. You used the most minimal amount. And of course, now I have to find my notes. Oh no! Where'd it go?
Oh no!
Oh yeah!
Oh no! Where did it go?
We'll catch your werewolf form, Ankyline.
Not today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Wow. Now I have that Beauty and the Beast, like
Bonjour.
bonjour. I have that now. That song is in my head again. Like it's just
Going through the street as always.
Always.
I was trying to remember the words too.
Same old bread.
Guys, let's not let Disney know that we know.
Yeah, it's like, I need 6 eggs. That's too expensive.
Hey, how's your wife?
I don't understand why I'm having such a hard time finding what I had earlier. Hold up.
It's straight crystal. I know what this is.
It's straight. Is that you're exactly right? It's straight crystal. Okay, maybe this is wrong. Okay, I think. Okay. I finally found it.
Yay!
Essentially, what it is, and you guys help me come up with a better name. It is dust of guidance. If you snort it, and I'll
Adderall.
say if you snort it, you get guidance. You get essentially the spell guidance for 1 minute. But if you and once again, because you rolled so high, you also know that it does have a side effect where, in game terms, you have to roll like a saving throw versus it, and if you fail, you like after you utilize it after that minute, you gain a level of exhaustion.
Do we not know what, or do they not know what the? I mean, I'm not even into this at all, but I'm assuming you don't know what the saving throw AC is. That what you would call it?
Okay. I'll give you that. Yes, it's a DC. It's a DC. Nye, do you want to know, or would you like that to be a surprise?
Okay. Let me see if I'm getting this straight. So you snort this to get the spell guidance, and then there's a negative effect. There's a side effect.
If you fail a saving throw, you gain essentially a temporary level of exhaustion. Yeah.
And you want to tell me what the save would be for me?
You rolled high enough. I could tell you, or you could just
yeah.
Okay, but I will say, if you learn how to kind of purify it, you might be able to lower that.
I'll work with it. I'm gonna start dumping it in coffee and giving it to people as well. But y'all don't know that.
But right now, the way it is, when it's like in pure form, this isn't like the purest stuff. It's like kind of a it's been what's the word I'm looking for?
It's impure, but I would say at least do like an acetone wash and like cook it in a coffee.
But either way, right now the DC is 15. If you fail a DC 15, you get a level like a temporary. It's not like a full. It's like a full blast, but it's a temporary game level of exhaustion.
Okay.
It's a DC 15
Speaking of exhaustion. For the roll after you take the dust.
Yeah, you take the dust, you get the guidance effect, and then after it wears off, roughly a minute later. Then you get.
You gotta roll.
You gotta roll, yeah.
Gotcha.
Also, I gotta look up what.
For the staying up all night, is it a D10, a D8, or a D6 that I roll?
It is a D8. Thank you for asking.
D8.
It is a D8, and I had to find that in my notes too, but I did find it.
3.
A 3.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get into that in just a second. Anybody else? Are you anything else tonight?
I want to
into the morning.
I want to hug Ardar and tell him I'm sorry. This is a stressful day. I hope you have a good night's sleep. And I want to give him a very awkward kiss on the top of the head because he's still my muse, and I'm still like, he's like
I'll say you do this while he's like trying to nod off to sleep, so he's like kind of halfway between sleep. He does the lizard person equivalent of a purr. I don't know. Where noise that?
Bless this lizard.
Bless this lizard.
The lizard version of a purr sounds terrifying, but I'm gonna just.
With him, it's cute.
I think it's adorable.
It'd be like a snake.
A-line for you. As the sun starts to rise, it is irritable as hell. You have sunlight sensitivity right now.
Groan irritatedly and pull out my sunglasses.
Yeah, but but for all perception, you get what I'm saying. It's like you're essentially you're looking at dim light. Yeah, it's like the sun starts to creep up. You're like, another good. Oh God, blinding head. Oh, I got it. It instantly gives you a headache. You're like, oh come on. And
and Kylan will say under his breath, this is little bitch behavior. You're being a little bitch. As he finds his sunglasses.
Oh,
they're
I didn't do this. This is just a side effect.
I'm picturing have you guys seen Good Omens? The sunglasses that Crowley has in Good Omens, where they have the side bits.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really round, that sort of a vibe.
That TV show was so cute.
Those are the glasses you get when you get eye surgery.
Essentially.
Indeed, it is. Yeah, I know them well.
Really? You don't say.
Haha.
All right, so another dawn breaks. You guys are, as long as you keep up the time, you guys will, but before the end of the this day, you guys will arrive in Krasmir. How much time do we have left to keep playing?
Timing, because we have 5 minutes to finish up, which is a perfect amount for outros.
This perfect amount. Yeah, we're right on time. What is this?
We are right on time. Look at us.
This might be the most
well-oiled machine we are.
We're so good at this. So, thank you everyone for watching. We're going to go around, just reintroduce who we are, and say something that we enjoyed and something we're looking forward to next time. So, I am still Ran. I'm still Ran Plays Games on Twitter. I'm also Ran Plays Games on TikTok. I'm slightly more active on TikTok, but I'm not super active anywhere at the moment. But I would like to be more active. So if anyone is doing any streams or podcasts or anything and they want an annoying Australian there, I'm here. But I could be there. Something I enjoyed this game was the fact that Wantoon is coming across as more and more unhinged with every session we play. I love it because I'm playing such a weirdly dark character, but Wantoon is the one that I'm like, whoa, guys, let's not piss off Wantoon. We don't know what's going to happen. Which I'm really enjoying as a dynamic. Is very funny that there's the big scary guy who's like, oh, don't make my badger friend angry. You won't like him when he's angry.
Say hello to my little friend.
And then I pick up the badger and shake him at everyone. That was my favorite thing about today.
If you ever pick me up and shake me at people, I will totally play along, and I'll just stick my arms and legs out, just go while you're shaking me. I'll add to it, make it as scary as possible. Yeah.
So you're reverse order. So do Josh next, and then Wowzers, and then end with John.
We're gonna do me. I thought I was gonna go last.
Yes. No, we're doing reverse order.
Once again, my name's Josh. I did my best to run the game. My favorite thing is that I love how I keep showing I make what I think are arrows pointing to adventure, and everybody's like, we'll come to that later. This is a classic RPG. We have to do this thing first, and then we come back later.
No side quests.
If we come back at a higher level, the leveled loot will be better. That's what we're gonna do.
Well, now
we're working.
I know. No, which once again, I also love that you guys basically were completely prepared to do a highway robbery in front of a crowd.
I did.
I love that. That was amazing. I was like, huh. But once again, you guys are always a surprise, and I never quite know. I'm actually, believe it or not, because you're so adamant about finishing this job, I can't wait till that's no longer the excuse not to do crazy stuff. I'm looking forward to oh, that hook is gone. What you gonna do now?
There will always be a job.
Burn down, Krasmir. We're at an end. We don't know what to do. Let's just go crazy.
I mean, somebody doesn't.
Anything to plug, Josh?
I mean, this thing. I know I haven't promoted this properly in so long, but I do have a Mage Duels 5th edition. Mage Duels rules for 5th edition. You can get it pretty much. You can just get it for free on DM's Guild, and I would like people to try it just because I worked way harder on that than you can possibly imagine. It's only 3 pages. You literally don't even need a DM to play it. Just 2 people, and you can play it because I made the rules that simple. But they're still kind of fun because I've seen people play it and they have a blast.
Let's play it for charity next month.
Yeah, it is. It's just like you make a wizard. You make a wizard of relatively equal levels, and you just follow the rules and have fun.
2 level 20 wizards.
You actually don't even have to be wizards. As long as you can cast a spell, your character, I've literally seen a wizard go against a paladin, and it was still fun because, yeah.
Wait. Does symbolism, is it SYMBA or O?
Oh, like symbol.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Symbolism. Anybody remember that movie? No.
I don't. I've gotten every movie reference you've had so far,
Yeah.
but
Symbolism. Yeah, the director and writer was actually a huge misogynistic asshole.
Most of them are.
Yeah, I feel bad now for liking the movie so much in the past. Like, oh, he's just an ass.
Wowzers.
The Boondock Saints. It was Boondock Saints. That's what
I liked Boondock Saints.
Oh no,
I did too. But it doesn't change the fact that the guy was
Yeah.
unbearable dick.
My favorite part. Oh man.
Yes.
I like that y'all still aren't asking questions, and it's so good for me. Like,
They're very accepting.
You clearly don't want any questions asked, and neither does Ankyline, so he's like, I get it. Let's never ask any questions about each other.
I feel the most safe because y'all don't ask any questions. It's just like, oh, they're also crazy, so they've got whatever comes at us, as long as I'm not the thing that pisses them off. So I like how safe you guys are, even though it's like the opposite of safe, but I feel safe.
Anything to share or plug?
Follow my Twitter because I'm starting a new Vampire the Masquerade campaign Wednesday, so that's going to be a podcast. So follow the Twitter to see what that podcast is going to be named because I don't think we've decided yet.
Exciting.
Yeah,
Empires Are Us.
I play a LA weirdo. Y'all know what? You just listen to the podcast.
Yeah, we will.
And finally,
I want to. I'm John. I don't really have a. I mean, again, you can follow me on Instagram if you want, but I'm not anything worth promoting unless you just want to watch random things that I post.
The content is good.
Yeah. My to speak to Wowzer's point about how we're not being very inquisitive, I really like the fact that's continuing that way, just because I wouldn't necessarily be the kind of person that would really press and be just like, oh well, they obviously have their shit, I'm not gonna get into it. And obviously A-Line's not gonna say shit about it because it's not really that important, unless Josh turns this into a thing where that you need to ask because it's part of whether or not you can continue. But I guess we'll finish that later. But absolute favorite part, besides the fact that I literally forgot that 2 weeks ago I started the initial thing of this by flipping a cart. I assume what I was trying to do was trying to flip the cart to save the ducks, right?
Yes.
Well, you weren't trying to flip it. You were just trying to divert it. That's all you were trying to do. But then I had you roll.
You rolled poorly.
Yeah. And not only did you roll poorly, the ducks rolled poorly and the horses rolled poorly. Everybody rolled poorly.
A perfect storm.
It was a perfect storm.
Oh, also, I could just get rid of my Christian symbolism.
No, that's what I was laughing about. I was like, why is there a wise man traveling us?
There's something about that just made me think of old, it just looked very much.
Because the drawing pad looks like sand.
What it is, you got to remember, We'll Be Right Back, or stream is starting soon. It's still Halloween oriented. We need to switch it to Christmas.
No, we do not.
Those things cost money.
Oh, can I add this real quick to anybody still with us? Sloth does all her art with a mouse.
Yeah, what the fuck? How do you
Seriously?
Somebody else out there has the same level of MS Paint knowledge as me. There's no way that no one has ever.
It still blows my mind. I mean,
I play a lot of FPS games.
Yeah. I have
yeah.
a lot of weird art I've done over mouse as well. And anyone who I've GM'd for can speak as to my fantastic maps and very strange drawings of PCs.
But anyway, I just want to throw that out there because I'm still very impressed by what you create. So not only that, but how quickly you're able to make it with a mouse. That's bananas.
Just do it.
I do want to say I think that
Look at that! Look at that! That was with a mouse. A mouse or a cat?
What?
Oh my god!
It looks like shit.
Wait, no, I gotta do like the Rich Evans from Red Letter Media. Oh my god! Like it's so perfect. Like cat with a mouse. But I think the flow of our doing the drawing thing is getting better and better each time, which I think is good. I think we structured this one much better. But my favorite moment by far, besides all of the moments that like I never laugh as much on a daily basis as I do when we play this game. But when Iago from Aladdin asked A-Line, "What was that?" and he just gun at like I fucking like that was just so. It's like what was that? It's a gun. Like it's just the funniest.
Obviously, don't you know anything?
No,
what are you, an idiot?
Come on!
He's the imbecile, or what did he call us? He's that word.
I think incompetent was the word.
He's incompetent.
I can't believe he called me incompetent. Did he not see how competent I was? I was so competent. The rest of you.
I wasn't even there. I didn't even say anything. I wasn't doing anything. I got called incompetent for y'all's mistakes.
So mostly one turn is incompetent.
Did you hear what he called?
I mean, once again, unless his mission was to do that, very competent. But it's just once again from Reward Bob Hobbs' perspective, he thought this was like a like shenanigans, or he thought this was like a robbery, or he was just like, "What?" It's like, where's the end goal here?
Hey, it's
You wreck my shit just for shits and giggles? What the fuck?
I was gonna draw something, but it's not letting me draw.
It's not.
Oh wait, you gotta make a new layer because
make
an
a
account
layer. And I made this mistake earlier. Make sure you select because I accidentally started drawing with something too light, so you had to pick like a darker something.
Yeah.
But
I just figured out how to create a new layer earlier tonight. I was like,
is there a keyboard shortcut
to create a new layer?
It would be
Shift in.
Shift in. Yes, Shift in. Shift in.
Okay.
Shifting gears.
Oh,
but
yeah.
you need
there you go.
Ren, you need to actually make an account that I can give admin privileges, take over any layer.
Are you showing it's a gun?
I hate the because you can't like drag and drop the whole canvas. It's so annoying.
I was so I know that the way this thing works that you can't copy something outside of the program and paste it into like existing shit. It like starts its own thing. So you have to make it an image in Photoshop to pull it into this thing. Otherwise, it's just everything's gonna get erased, and whatever you copied in is gonna take over it. But I wanted to copy in an image of Iago from Aladdin, like a PNG of him. I was going to do that so bad. I was like, I can't do it. I'll ruin it.
Because we'll get sued.
Are you going to have...
Oh, look at the vines!
Are you going to have your tablet next time we play?
Maybe not next time. It might be the time after, because apparently it's on order. So...
That's cool.
I was like, I should have it by my birthday, right? And they were like, yes. And then no.
Happy birthday to you! Yay!
I'm going to be 29 next week.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, old people! Woo!
We're not old.
I am. I'm going to be old as hell. And what's today? In 20 days, I will be over the hill.
We're not old.
I got
You're gonna
with some buttons.
Huh?
You're gonna be 41.
Or you're over the hill at 40.
I thought Over the Hill was 50.
I thought so.
Yeah, so
I don't
did
know.
I.
I don't know. I actually
So
don't know.
there's no way that you're going to be 50. So
No, but I will be
stop
40
lying.
literally on Thanksgiving Day, which is I think my birthday has only fallen on Thanksgiving Day like 2 or 3 times in my whole life.
Well, I'm gonna be 25 on January 6th. So
Oh.
Where were
Baby.
you? I'm just kidding.
Isn't this a
No,
fun
not
way to
that.
end the stream, everybody? Y'all just hanging with
No.
me?
Anyway, thank you all for watching.
I'll end the
was gonna
stream now. Everybody
See you
say
next
goodnight.
week.
People are like, no, it's the best
Bye.
part. No.
Everybody say goodnight. Good night.
Nah,
Bye.